Hello dear students, I Abhinav Negi welcome you all on BYJU'S Exam Prep guys. In this video, we all faculties of BYJU'S Exam Prep will be giving you the complete solution of paper 1 or set 1, or you can say the forenoon session of Civil Engineering GATE 2024. Soon guys, we'll be uploading the complete video solution of 65 questions of paper 2 also. That is the afternoon session. Before guys solving these 65 questions by our complete team, let me tell you the highlights of GATE 2024 and especially the forenoon session, that is paper 1. Guys, this year IC has declared the number of students now that the total number of students are 1,08,000 who have registered for this examination in civil engineering. And out of them guys, 85,000 students are those who have appeared for the examination. Compared to last year, more registration and more number of students have appeared. Guys, in engineering services if I talk about, then almost 1/3 of the students appeared comparing the number of students registered. Of course guys, the exam is very big, so 2/3 of the students are not even going for the examination. But here the drop is around 15 to 16%. If I talk about the cutoff guys, then the cutoff for general is 28.3 this year, for EWS and OBC it is 25.4, and for SC ST it is 18.8. Of course guys, just clearing the cutoff will not help. Might be you are getting an NIT, that too not of your choice and your specialization. For getting IITs and PSUs, you should be scoring much higher than that. Now guys, about the paper guys, as compared to 2023, in 2024 paper was relatively easier. I'm not even saying moderate, it was relatively easier. And total number of MSQs were 5, NAT were 23, and MCQ questions were 37. There was no question from engineering mechanics and design of steel structures in paper 1 I am talking about, and high weightage of geotech, which is expected, and environment guys, that is almost expected every year. This is the analysis of paper 2. Okay, of course in the paper 2 video, when we are doing the complete 65 question solution, there I will be discussing this in detail. Now guys, about the number of questions of each and every subject guys, then aptitude, that is fixed guys, that has to be a 15 marks. Okay, that is a, you can say, a guideline. Now guys, apart from that guys, everything is as expected. Engineering mathematics was not of 13 marks, it was of 11 marks. Strength of material was 7 to 8 marks in both the shifts. Okay, engineering hydrology 3 to 2. Engineering mechanics was no question was there in paper 1, that is forenoon section, but yes, in paper 2 it was 2 mark question. Geotechnical is highest of all guys, 14 and 13. Okay, so this is the weightage. In structural analysis there is no question in paper 2. Let me tell you guys one more thing here, that if you see some other reference, you might feel some discrimination from here. The data may be different because certain questions can be put in engineering mechanics category also, can be put in strength of material category also, and same for other questions in other subjects. Like a question of that well hydraulics, okay, pumping the well, can be considered as a geotech also, can be considered as a hydrology question also. So there may be some changes. So this is the weightage guys of each and every subject for 2024, and it is more like expected, like environment and geotech are on the highest weightage, and subjects like PCM, building material, irrigation, steel are in lesser weightage. It is as expected, which is the average of the previous years as well. Now guys, in this video we'll be doing the complete solution of paper 1, complete 65 questions, which includes all subjects, mathematics, aptitude. Okay, so complete video, this 65 questions will be done in this video. Also guys, if you want to take a reference of marks versus rank for 2024 guys, then in 85 marks the student is getting rank 1. Around guys 70 marks you are getting rank 170. Okay, for 600 rank or 700 rank the marks is 60. For 1500 rank it is 53, and guys so on for others. Okay, you can take a reference from here. Okay, now guys, the solution of forenoon aptitude will be done by Rakesh sir, and then we will be coming to the technical and engineering mathematics part. Complete 65 questions will be done. Thank you guys.
Yes, guys. So first of all, let's get started with the discussion of general aptitude 10 questions in the beginning, and then later on the technical questions along with engineering mathematics will be taken up by all your different faculties. So verbal one will not have much, will not spend much time on verbal. Let's spend the time on the reasoning and quant part. That is where you need to understand. Okay, so it's a very basic question on vocab. Now this is all about if your vocab is good, then you can attempt it. Otherwise, the good part in this particular year for engineers was, be it civil or other branches also, mostly in every branch, only 2 questions are there for verbal. Okay, and it's a trend from last 3-4 years. The weightage of verbal is decreasing, and that is a good sign for most of the engineers I know, because many of them are not that comfortable with English, because this is something, if you remember these many words, if you are good at vocab, you can answer it. Otherwise you have to skip it up. So there were only 2 questions, one of 1 mark, other one of 2 mark. Okay, same is mostly with the other branches also. Okay, another question is grammar. This is a vocab based question. Okay, so if the arrow denotes the increasing order of intensity, they have given an example also: simmer, seethe, smolder. Then this is analogous to break, raise, and now break, as you must everybody know what is the meaning of break. Raise is also something like destroying something completely. Okay, like suppose if I take an example, you break a building. Okay, you destroy a building completely. Okay, now what comes next is in the analogy is obliterate. Okay, the correct answer is A. Obliterate is destroying something so completely that not even a single sign of it is left. Uska namo nishan mita dena. I mean, nobody can even say that there was some time a building there. Okay, that extreme level. Okay, that extreme level. So that is what increasing order of intensity. Chalo, now let's get answer is A. Let's get moving ahead to the next question. Okay, this is a very fundamental question. Looks like a big lengthy question, but once you read it completely and if you apply the correct approach, okay, you don't have to apply the pen also for this. Okay, in a locality, the houses are numbered in the following way. Okay, the house numbered on one side of the road. Okay, say this is your road. Okay, let me mark the entry from here. Okay, the house numbered on one side of the road are consecutive odd integers starting from 301. Okay, if this is the house 301, this will be the house 303. Consecutive odd numbers. Okay, odd numbers. Next would be 305 and etc, etc, etc. Okay, while the house numbers on the other side of the road are consecutive even numbers. I mean, opposite to 301, there is the house number 302. 304 ke opposite 304, 303 ke opposite, sorry. Similarly, goes on like this. Okay, the total number of houses is same on both the sides. The total number of houses. Okay, so if there are n houses here, there will be n houses here. Okay. Okay, there will be n houses on either side of the road. Okay. Now, if the difference of the sum of the houses numbered between 2 sides of the road is 27, okay, then number of houses, very logical question I told you, na? If the difference of the sum of the house numbers between the 2 sides of the road, okay, so sum of the house numbers, okay, here minus sum of the house numbers here will be 27. This will be more, na? Of course, this is 302, 304 more than the previous number. But if you take a pair-wise difference, dear, what is the difference between each and every pair? It's the consecutive even odd number. The difference is 1. Similarly, this is difference 1. Okay, so every pair contributes to a difference of 1. Okay, and the total difference is 27. Okay, that means the even houses will be 27. There will be 27 such pairs. Okay, the question is how many number of houses on each side? Okay, how many number of houses on each side? Okay, so actually 27 pairs will be formed. 27 pairs of odd even combination. Okay. Okay, so how many houses on each side? That is also 27. Okay, 27 pairs of 27 on one side, 27 on other side. Okay. If they are total houses, then it will be 54, but they are asking on one side, it is 27. D is the correct answer. Very basic question. Okay, बस थोड़ा language के form में इसको बड़ा कर दिया था. Next question, guys. This is something to solve. Exponent and log, regular expected question. Okay, so what does the question say is P by Q not equal to 1, and then there is a relation P by Q raised to the power P by Q is given by P raised to the power P by Q minus 1. Okay, now to make it simple, let's take the log. Okay, so that whatever is on the exponent, that will come outside. Okay, so let me take the log on both the sides. Okay, log P by Q raised to the power P by Q is equal to log of P raised to the power P by Q minus 1. Okay, take the power outside. So you have P by Q, log of P by Q. Now log of P by Q is log P minus log Q. Here also power comes outside, P by Q minus 1 and then multiplied by log P. Start opening the bracket. P by Q log P minus P by Q log Q. It's just simplification question. P by Q log P minus log P. Okay. So P by Q log P, P by Q log P will get cancelled. Okay. This is going to get cancelled. Okay. So what I am left with is minus minus भी cancel करेंगे. So P by Q log Q is equal to log P या P log Q is equal to Q log P. Send the number inside, so that becomes power log of Q की power P will be equal to log of P की power Q. log cancel करेंगे तो Q power P should be equal to P power Q. Answer is C. Correct answer is C. Right है जी. Next part here, next question here. Which of the following given options is a possible value of x, okay, in the following sequence? Possible value of x in the following sequence: 3, 7, 15, x, 63, 127. So if you just have a basic observation that the numbers that are coming is, okay, very close to 2. 3 2s are 6, but plus 1. Okay. 3 2s are 6. Let me write it here. But when you add 1, then you get 7. Okay, now next number is 7. Again, when you double the 7, it should be 14. So they have added extra 1. Okay, that is 15. So what should be the next number? Acha, does that logic apply here also? Does that logic apply here also? 63 into 2 is 126. And then you add 1. So that is 127. Okay, so that is also matching. The logic is matching the last. 127 into 2, 254 plus 1, 255. So what should be x? It is 15 into 2 plus 1. Okay, and that is equal to 31. And that should be the value of x. Answer is B. That should be the value of x. Okay, next question. On a given day, how many times will the second hand and the minute hand of a clock will cross each other during the clock time 12:05 hours to 12:55 hours? Okay, what they are asking, second hand and the minute hand. Are very logical, dear. Okay, 12:05 से start कर रहे हैं. Okay, so when exactly it is 12 o'clock, this is the minute hand. Okay, this is the minute hand, and where will be the second hand? Okay, the second hand will be starting from this point only. Let's say this is the second hand. ये मैंने R and B ले रखा था. Okay, but now as soon as the time starts, the clock starts clicking, tick 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 tick. See, in few seconds this minute hand will also go little bit right, little bit clockwise, but there will be a point when second hand is going to cross it. And not only once, in every minute it is going to cross this minute hand once. Okay, so 12:05 to 12:55, how many minutes? Total 50 minutes. Okay, how many times they cross each other? Once in every minute. That is the logic. That is a simple logic. The answer is 50. You just have to count what is the total minutes between them. And once in every minute, okay, they will be crossing each other. Once in every minute they cross each other. Fifth question done. Now let's move ahead to the 2-mark question. Okay, again a verbal question, guys. So as I'm telling you, let's not discuss verbal. I'll discuss on the quant and the reasoning part. You can take down the answer for this. Okay, it's a grammar based question. Okay, what type of word will fit in the given statement? So answer is going to be C. The answer for this question is going to be C. Okay, there were only 2 verbal questions, the first one and the 6th one. And now, okay, let's move ahead to the next question. This is a good question on arrangement. Okay, 3 distinct sets of indistinguishable twins, okay, are to be seated at a circular table that has 8 identical chairs. Now, what makes this question good is the total number of persons are 6. Okay, there are 3 sets of indistinguishable twins. Okay, so you know, twins means two persons, and they're indistinguishable. At any cost, you can't distinguish them. I mean, maybe they have even worn the same clothes, same shoes, everything, they get up. Okay, not only their look, their build, their height, everything is exactly the same. You can't distinguish them. Okay, but there are 3 such sets. So total 6 persons are there, but there are 8 chairs. Okay, and that too in a circular form. Okay, unique seating arrangements are defined by relative position of the people. How many unique seating arrangements are possible such that, okay, each person is sitting next to their twin? Matlab twins should be together. Unke beech mein koi nahi hona chahiye. They should be together. Okay, they should be together. So now let's understand this problem. This one is something which is the good problem. Rest all were fundamentals only. So dekho, there are 8 positions. Okay. Now Now 3 sets of twins make 6 persons and I have 8 positions. So let me show you one possibility. Let's say this is the twin A. Okay, let's say the first twin, both are identical, so let me call the name as AA. Okay, let me call these two as BB. Let me call these two as CC, and 2 places will be empty. 2 places will be empty. ये clear हो जाना चाहिए सभी के लिए. 2 places are going to be empty. Okay, and these two have to be together only. Okay, each person is sitting next to their twin. I mean, there cannot be any seat vacant in between them. Yeah, there may be a seat vacant between 2 different sets of twin. I'll show you one more possibility here. Let's not count like this. I'll tell you the direct way of counting, but yeah, first just let me explain you the problem statement. Okay, yeah, this may be possible. This is AA. Okay, this is BB. Okay, there is one position between them. There can be CC here, one position here, yeah, maybe one position here. Okay, and then CC here. ठीक है, यहाँ ऐसा भी हो सकता है. B and C twins combine, one position empty here, no problem. Okay, no problem. Okay, ultimately A and the B and the C, 2 C's are together, 2 A's are together. Okay, that is always what we want. Okay, that is always what we want. Okay, so dear, what we have is, we have AA. Now because they are always together, let me call it as A only. Let me call B as B only. Okay, this A includes both there because they are together. Na? Anyways, they don't have to be separated. You don't have to form combination. Okay, if you fix one A, other A is with him only. Okay, but along with the ABC, you have 2 empty spaces. Okay, you have 2 empty spaces, E1 and E2. Okay, let this empty spaces be E1 and E2. This is what is empty for me. Okay, so here this becomes my E1, here this becomes my E2. Okay, so in total you have 5 bodies, I can say. Okay, okay. Now the empty positions are also identical, na? Empty chairs. Let's not call E1 E2, let it be EE only. Okay, let it be EE only. Clear, everybody? Let that be EE only. Hey, empty to empty, na? We cannot distinguish that also. Like we cannot distinguish twins, we cannot distinguish the empty positions also. It is the same and same only. It is the same and same only. Done, hai ji? Done, hai ji? Okay. Fine. Empty, empty, empty. So we have A, B, C, E, E. These are the 5 bodies to be seated in the form of circle. To be seated in the form of circle. Okay, देखो. Five units. देखो, circular arrangement of 5 units is given by factorial of 5 minus 1. Circular arrangement of n items is given by factorial n minus 1. But out of which 2 are alike. दो तो same है ना, this E and E is same. A different, B different, C different. But these 2 empty spaces, you can't distinguish, they are same. So whenever 2 bodies are same, okay, like we saw, you know, how many words can be formed using the letters of the word tattoo, where the words are repeated. Similarly here, EE is repeated. Okay, how many times? 2 times. So divided by factorial 2. Okay, the factorial for 24 divided by factorial 2, it is 12. This is the simplest way of solving. Otherwise, like this, you will keep solving. देखो, अब यहाँ पे भी, this is one possibility I told you. Okay, then ABC can be shuffled. A, B, C, या A, C, B. There will also be multiple possibilities, na? So then next, okay, these 2 spaces here. Then I told you a space maybe between B and C also. So if you form these cases, then also 12 will come, but that is lengthy. This was just for explanation. That is the simplest way, logic of solving the question. Answer is option number A. The correct answer is option number A. I'm done it with it. Okay. The correct answer is option number A. 12 आ गया, correct. Number 8. Oh, a question or data interpretation. Okay, the chart given below compares the installed capacity megawatt of 4 power generation technology T1, T2, T3, T4 and their electricity generation megawatt hour in a time of 1000 hours. The capacity factor, okay, of a power generation technology is defined as, the capacity factor is electricity generation in megawatt hour divided by installed capacity into 1000, because that is for a time of 1000 hours. Which of the following technology has the highest capacity factor? अरे एकदम simple रखेंगे. Okay, what is the capacity factor equivalent to? It is equivalent to, okay, ये 1000 तो constant है. It is equivalent to electricity generation. Now, if you come to this bar chart, electricity generation is noted by cross, and this capacity, okay, this capacity factor, Okay, this is proportional to this cross divided by electricity generation. Okay, this is electricity generation. Okay, divided by installed capacity. What is the installed capacity? That is represented by the bar. That is represented by the bar. Clear? Okay. Divide by 1000 nahi karta, because that is why I'm writing proportional to, because I don't want the absolute value. I want it is highest for what? Okay, so 1000 to sabhi mein aayega. Let us calculate the ratio of this cross and box. Okay, for T1, T2, T3, T4. Okay, so for T1, how much it is? For T1 cross 10,000 upon the 10 by 4. 1000 bhi cancel karenge. 10 by 4. The ratio will be 10 by 4. Okay, for T2, okay, that is 9 by 6. Okay, that is 1.5. T3 is 7 by 3. 7 by 3. So this is 2.33. लिखते भी जाते हैं. This is 1.5. This is 2.5. And T4. What is the value of T4? It is 12 divided by 8. That is further 1.5. Okay. So which of them is the highest? T1. It is highest for T1. 2.5. The answer is B. T1. Done hai ji? Hey, this is also a very fundamental question of DN, just like just a reading comprehension. Okay, just have to read and see which is the highest. Calculations are also minimal only. Next, ninth one. In the 4x4 array shown below, shown here actually. Okay, each cell of the first 3 columns has either a cross or a number. Okay, of the first 3 columns, there is a number or a cross. That's what is visible. Okay, as per the rule given below. What is the rule? Okay, there is a rule. Please highlight that rule. The number in a cell represents the count of crosses around its immediate neighborhood cell. Now, what is the neighborhood? Left, right, top, bottom, diagonal, anything. Like suppose if this is a box, na, okay, complete neighborhood. So this is like charo disha. Neighborhood ka matlab hi hota hai na, anywhere around it. Okay, that is what is the rule. Okay, so what is that rule? The number in a cell represents the count of crosses around its immediate neighbor. As per this rule, the maximum number of crosses possible in the empty column. यहाँ पे कितने crosses हो सकते हैं? तो come on everybody, very simple analysis question. Okay, now like here it is 1. I'll explain you again. Here it is 1 means in its neighborhood. देखो, this is its neighborhood. यहाँ तो कुछ है ही नहीं. So in its neighborhood there should be 1 cross. Yes, there is only 1 cross. Okay, like this entry is 2. So this is the neighborhood of 2 and around it should be 2 cross. Yes, these are the 2 crosses like that. Okay, so now here 2 is written. Okay, so around it there should be 2 crosses. What is the neighborhood of 2? Okay, ये आ जाएगा पूरा. This is the neighborhood. Diagonals are also included ना. So already in the neighborhood 1 cross is coming up. There should be 1 more cross out of these 2. 1 cross out of these 2. Okay, but only 1 cross. It cannot be 2 cross, because if you place across both, then this count cannot be 2 na. 1 1 1 3 हो जाएगा. So there has to be only 1 cross in these 2. Okay, now if there is 1 cross in these 2, pay attention. अब 3 की बात करेंगे. So 3 का neighborhood. This is the complete neighborhood of 3. And there should be 3 crosses. 2 are already given and 1 is going to come up here for sure. Okay, that means यहाँ पे cross नहीं होना चाहिए. 1 is already coming up, 2 are there, तो 3 crosses हो गया, तो there should not be any cross here. No X here. Okay, 1 out of them. Now let's talk about this one. Now देखो, the neighborhood number seen is 4. So let me form the neighborhood of 4. Okay, there should be 4 crosses in the neighborhood. 1 2 3 are already available. Okay, 1 more. Now यहाँ पे कोई cross नहीं है, तो 1 more can come here. Now that is a possibility. If a cross is here, then it will not come here, because यहाँ पे कहीं पे भी एक cross आएगा. But I am asking maximum number. So maximum number कैसे होगा? Maximum number तब होगा कि when a cross is here, anywhere out of these 2, तो let the cross be here and then a cross has to come here. Maximum number will be 2. Clear? यहाँ पे it is possible. Okay, that is what it is. देखो, so the possibilities ना ऐसा होगा actually. Okay, if you put a cross here, okay, then this is empty and then the cross will come up here. Okay, or by chance if you had put the cross there, then here also cross will not come. Okay, then minimum 1. Minimum 1 तो होगा ही. Okay, minimum 1 तो होगा ही. Maximum 2. If they ask the minimum, तो minimum 1 तो required है. ठीक है, done है जी. Next question, 10th one for the aptitude. Okay, now during a half moon phase, the earth, moon, sun form a right angle triangle. Okay, the only good thing is this understanding of language, a very fundamental question. Okay, so many students felt that it is difficult. इसमें data कुछ और चाहिए होगा कि no, it is a very basic question. देखो, during a half moon phase, the earth, moon, sun form a right angle triangle. Okay, so let me also form it. Okay, earth, moon and sun. Okay, earth, moon and sun, they form a right angle. If the moon earth sun angle, okay, moon earth, chalo, let me place the earth here. If the moon earth sun angle at this half moon phase is 89.85, this angle, it has to be extremely big. I mean, if I delete everything, the picture is something of this kind. Okay, this is also a big angle. Okay, so let's say this is the moon. Okay, and this angle 89.85 degree is coming up, okay, at the moon earth sun. Okay, so this angle is going to be very negligible. Okay, and this is a right angle. Okay, then what is the ratio of the earth sun? Okay, earth sun. Okay, this is the earth sun. Okay, and the earth moon. And the earth moon, let me call it as EM. What is the ratio of these two distance? Array, very simple. Let's use the cos theta, yeah, rather sec theta. Okay, so the ratio of the earth sun divided by earth moon, okay, it is like hypotenuse of the triangle divided by the base of the triangle. So that is 1 upon cos theta. That is simply 1 upon cos theta, or that is sec theta. That is sec theta with the theta equal to 89.85 degree. Okay, 89.85 degree. Okay, so when you calculate its value, it is 381.97. Okay, 382. It is closest to 382. That's it. It's a fundamental trigonometry question for 2 marks. ठीक है, चलो done है. All right, guys. So these are the 10 questions of aptitude. You know, that one arrangement question is good. Okay, this also is a basic question. Only thing you have to understand. Many students were telling sir, यहाँ पे कुछ data, कुछ distance given होना चाहिए. No. Okay, it's all okay. Okay, so mostly it is moderate level of aptitude only for this civil shift number 1. Okay, and now Abhinav sir will continue with the question from engineering, mechanics and many more technical subjects. So all your favorite Abhinav Negi sir be joining along with, after that, you know, Chandra sir, Richa madam, Dheeraj sir, all of them will be joining. Okay, this is Rakesh Alreja signing off. Bye bye.
Hello dear students. So after this aptitude section of total 10 questions, now let us do the technical part. I'll be taking the subjects like strength of materials, then surveying, OCF, highway engineering, railway, airport, OCF. Okay, and then of course after me, Chandrasekhar sir and Richa ma'am will be taking other subjects. So total 65 complete questions will be done. And of course guys, as we are recording this video after the updated answer key, so in which questions there are MTA or the range have been increased, we'll be telling about that as well. Let us begin with SOM guys. This was an MCQ question that was of 1 marks, and it was asked find the maximum shear stress. As guys, they have given the stress tensor in 3D. That means they are asking the tau absolute maximum, because the stress tensor is also in 3D. So tau absolute maximum is given by maximum of sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2 comma sigma 2 minus sigma 3 by 2 comma sigma 3 minus sigma 1 by 2. This is the tau absolute maximum. As all the shear stress values are 0, therefore these are the principal stress. This is sigma 1, this is sigma 2, this is sigma 3. Okay, because all the shear stress values are 0. So sigma 1 minus sigma 2, 10 minus 40 by 2. Okay, 10 minus 40 by 30 by 2 is 15. 40 minus 0 by 2 is 20, and 10 minus 0 by 2 will be 5. So maximum of 15, 20 and 5 will be 20. So guys, here the maximum shear stress MCQ question will be of, and the answer will be B, that is 20. Okay, so here everyone can score 1 mark easily. Now guys, question number 12, we have to match the correct pair. Okay, now guys, let us first of all see the P. Guys, here sigma x is 10, sigma y is 0. Sigma x is 10, sigma y is 0. Center will be sigma x plus sigma y by 2. Guys, center is given by sigma x plus sigma y by 2 comma 0. Center is always on x-axis. And radius is given by, either you can say sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2, or you can say sigma x minus sigma y by 2 square tau x y square. This is more general form. Okay, this is more general form, because if tau is 0, and then sigma x and sigma y will be sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2 whole square, and root will be again sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2. So guys, for P, the center will be sigma x plus sigma y by 2, that is 10 plus 0 by 2 will be 5. Okay, and radius, center will be 5 and radius will be 10 minus 0 by 2 whole square, 10 square plus 0, so it is 10. So radius will be sigma, 10 minus 0 by 2, that is 5 square under root. Okay, so radius will be 5 and this will be, center will be 5 comma 0. So this will be representing center 5 comma 0, radius 5, so it will be 10 here. Okay, now guys, the next option, that is Q, that is a case of pure shear. So center is at the origin, sigma x plus sigma y, 0 plus 0 by 2. Okay, so guys, that is a case of pure shear. Okay, in R guys, sigma x is 0. In R, sigma x is 0, sigma y is minus 10. So radius will be 0 minus 10 by 2, minus 5 comma 0. Okay, and one of the principal stress is minus 10. One of the principal stress is minus 10. Okay, you can see from the principal stress value also. Here guys, sigma x is minus 10, sigma y is also minus 10. So minus 10 plus minus 10 by 2. Okay, I am again saying there sigma x is minus 10, sigma y is also minus 10. So minus 10 plus minus 10 by 2. So that will be minus 20, minus 10 comma 0 will be center. Radius will be 0. Minus 10 minus minus 10 will be 0. So radius will be 0 and center will be minus 10. It will be point circle. All planes will be the plane of shear stress. So here the correct option will be A. Okay, it is of 2 marks, but compared to 2 marks, it is not that tough. Okay, those who have done a reasonable preparation can do this question easily. Now guys, question number 13. Okay, here we have to find this reaction. So guys, see, this will be RA, let this be RB, let this be RC. Okay, now whatever the equations we have, first equation will be that summation of movement, or in fact at hinge bending moment is also 0. Summation of bending moment is equal to 0 at hinge. So do this from left, you will directly get RA. Let me show you guys. Now RA moment, bending moment, about that is RA into L, and this total is QL, downward means negative. QL into L by 2 is equal to 0. So RA value is equal to QL by 2. Okay, RA value is QL by 2. So even from RA value, this and this will not be the answer. Okay, only B and D can be there. Now guys, similarly, this is the first equation. Second equation, what you can do, that summation of movement, not bending moment guys, this is bending moment. Bending moment at hinge is 0. But at any other point, even it is hinge, interior point, movement will always be 0 na, for equilibrium. So summation of movement at B is equal to 0. This you have to take from left and right both. Okay, because it is movement, not bending moment. It is bending moment, we have only taken from left. This is movement guys. Movement at every point will be 0 for equilibrium. Okay, so here guys, in this equation only RC will be coming. So you can find RC from here. You can find RC from here. Now guys, this is the second equation, and third equation is summation Fy is equal to 0. So RC plus RC plus RB is equal to downward load Q into 2L. Okay, RA and RC are fine. RC here, RA here. You can find out RB from here. So guys, B will be the answer from these three equations. Okay, B will be the equations answer from these three equations. Okay. Question number 14. A homogeneous shaft was given. Okay, both ends are fixed. Okay, the polar moment of inertia of portion PQ is J1 and QR is it is J1 and J2 is polar moment of inertia. Support reactions are TP and TR. Let the TP value be here, torsional vector TP, and let TR. If my directions are wrong, answer will be coming in negative here. TP by TR is 4 and J1 by J2 is equal to 2. The ratio of length L1 by L2 is asked. The ratio of length L1 by L2 is asked. Now guys, phi PR will be 0 na yaar, because both are fixed. So it is phi PQ plus phi QR is equal to 0. Now for phi PQ, cut a section here. See from left or right, your choice. Let us see from left. From left, TP going away, so minus. So TP L1 G1 into J1. This is phi PQ. Now phi QR, cut a section here. See from left or right, your choice. Let us see from left. TR coming inside, so positive. So TR into L2 upon G2, J2 is equal to 0. Homogeneous. So G1 and G2 are same. Now TP is 4TR. So TP I can write 4TR. 4TR L1. J1 I can write as 2J2 from here. 2J2 is equal to TR into L2 upon J2. J2 cancelled. TR cancelled. From here guys, L1 by L2 value is 2 by 4. That is 0.5. That is option number C. कितने का है? 2 marks का. Okay, this is also doable guys. This is also doable. Now let us go to question number 15. Okay, now it comes highway engineering. Now guys, what the question is saying, it is of 1 mark, only formula based question. A car is traveling at a speed of 60 km per hour on a national highway at having a down gradient of 2%. So car is going downward. This theta is, tan theta is 2%. Okay. Now, or you can say the gradient n% na, if I am saying gradient n%, that is 2%. The driver suddenly applies a brake. If the brake efficiency is 60% and coefficient of friction is 0.7, driver reaction time is 3, acceleration due to gravity is given, the distance to covered. So what is SSD in down gradient? It is Vt plus lag distance plus V square 2G mu minus, for down gradient guys, for down gradient the value will be this. Now V is, this formula is SI unit. V is 16 to 5 by 18. What is reaction time? 2.5. What is reaction time? 2.5. What is the mu? Mu is 0.7. What is N? N value is 2%. So solving from here guys, solving from here, of course brake efficiency also you can apply here, 60%. Okay, so multiplied by 0.6 here, B I am writing 0.6. So this value you will be getting answer as lag distance plus braking distances. Lag distance you will be getting as 41.67 plus braking distance you will be getting 35.4. So 77.07 will be the answer, and the correct answer will be 75 to 79. Okay, 75 to 79. Now, which of the following statements are false guys regarding the bitumen? Okay guys, softer grade bitumen possesses higher softening point than hard grade bitumen. No guys, softer grade bitumen has lesser softening point. When you do the gradation of softening bitumen na, then you learn this, that A will be the option. This will just simply database question. Now guys, this is the question. Now VF is given at 60 km per hour. The average speed headway at a jam density of road is 8 meter. At time of jam, the vehicles are 8 meter away from each other. Average distance is 8 meter. So in 1 kilometer, how many vehicles, guys? What is the kj? Kj I am saying as dam density. That is vehicle per kilometer. So after every meter, 8 meters there is a vehicle. So in 1000 meters, how many vehicles? This much vehicle. In 1000 meters, this much a vehicle. What is VF? 60 kilometer per hour. For a linear relationship. Linear relationship means Green-Shield model. So Green-Shield model, what is the capacity? Maximum flow is capacity. That is VF into Kj by 4. This is applicable only in case of Green-Shield. And here it is linear relationship, so Green-Shield is applicable. So VF is 60, Kj is 1000 by 8 by 4. Okay, so this value you can check, will be getting B answer. This value you can check, you are getting a B answer, guys. Everybody got it? Okay. Now this is a question, guys, where earlier answer of gate, most of the questions, guys, that we asked you to challenge, were accepted, guys. Okay, so earlier was, I guess, 54 to 58. Now in updated answer, they have increased the range, because in this case question, guys, there are a lot of ambiguity. Now what kind of ambiguity is that they have not clearly mentioned that they are asking time mean speed or space mean speed. They have not clearly mentioned. The mean speed is only written. Okay, so guys, here the mean speed is calculated as V mean distance by time, total distance by total time. So distance, this is covering from 400 to 500. It is going from 400 to 500, so 100 distance. Okay, it is 100 distance. Okay, so 400 meters, the vehicle A was there and it has gone to 500. So distance is 100. Now what is the time it's taken? It starts at t is equal to 0. And at t is equal to 10 seconds, the journey is end. At t is equal to 10 seconds, the journey is end. Okay, at t is equal to 10 seconds, the journey is end. So guys, it is taking time, how many seconds? 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay, now second vehicle, let me talk about the second vehicle. It starts from 250 and going for 500. 250 to 500. So it is going how much? 250 meters. And how much time it is taking? From 0 to 15 seconds. Okay, now third vehicle from 100 to 500. So 100 to 500, how much it is going? 100 to 500, how much is going? 400. Okay, and how much time it is taking? From 0 to, it is covering to 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Now the next vehicle is going from 0 to 400. So the distance traveled by the vehicle is 400. And time is taken from 5 to 30, it is 25 seconds. Now after that, the next vehicle is from 0 to 350. So 350. Okay, and how much time it is taking? 15 to 15, it is 15 seconds. Yes or no? Okay, now how many last vehicle? Last vehicle from 0 to 150. So 150, and how much time it is taking? 10 seconds. Okay, so guys, from here the average speed you will be getting 15.7 meter per second. These values are in meters. So you will be getting 15.7 meter per second. Okay, and here in 15.7 meter per second, if you convert in kilometer per hour, so this value will be coming 56.57. 56.57 kilometer per hour. So and they have taken the reading 52 to 58, the updated answer. Now guys, this question was given MTA. The reason being, marks to all, even you have attempted, not attempted, everyone was getting 2 marks. The reason being because guys, number of cumulative axle is given by 365 into A. A is P into 1 plus R ki power n, 1 plus R ki power x. X is the construction period. X is the construction period. So this is A, 60 by A, 1 plus R ki power n minus 1 by R into LDF into VDF. Now everything is given, guys. Okay, present traffic is given somewhere. Present traffic R is given as 4%. R is given as 4%. Okay, N is 15 years, 1 plus R ki power N. So N is given as 15 years. Okay, number of commercial vehicles 8,000. Present traffic is 8,000. Construction period is 5 years. So everything is given. And what is VDF? VDF, they have asked that you can take an equivalent wheel load factor. What is equivalent wheel load factor? 12,000 and standard vehicle is 8160. 12,000 by 8160 ki power 4. Okay, VDF you can take as 12,000 upon 8160 ki power 4. LDF was not given. Okay, although if it is not given, some students have taken 1, but of course majority of students have challenged that if LDA lane distribution factor is not given, why will take it 1? That is why it is marks to all. Otherwise the correct approach is this. Otherwise the correct approach is this. Okay, now building material, guys, this was a MSQ. The elements do not increase the strength. Carbon increase the strength, guys. As carbon percentage increases, the ductility decreases. In less carbon percentage, guys, in less carbon percentage it is more ductile. In more carbon percentage, Young's model is same, but it can take more stress, but ductility less. Again more carbon, it can take more stress, again ductility is less. This less carbon percentage failing at maximum strain. Okay, so guys, carbon and manganese are the things in which this is not taking any effect. Okay, oh sorry, they change the strength. The correct answer will be chlorine and sulfur. Okay, they do not increase the strength. Chlorine and sulfur. Okay, the chlorine and the sulfur will be the correct answer. Okay, so let us go now to the next subject, that is geotechnical. Okay, let us go to now soil mechanics part of paper 1. This was a MCQ question of 1 mark. What it is asking, a 2 meter wide strip footing. There is a footing that is 2 meter wide. Okay, there must be some ground level here. 1.5 meter below the ground. The depth is 1.5 meters below the ground in a homogeneous clay bed. Okay, the important word is clay. The cohesion value is given as 40 due to seasonal fluctuation of water table. Of course, in dry season, monsoon season, okay, the water level is fluctuating. The net ultimate bearing capacity of the footing as per Terzaghi theory will, okay, due to seasonal fluctuation of water table from peak summer to peak monsoon period. In monsoon period, water table will increase. In monsoon, water table will increase. Then what effect will be on net ultimate bearing capacity? Okay, net ultimate bearing capacity, what will be the effect? Now guys, the formula of the net ultimate bearing capacity for clay is 5.7 C, because Q and Q minus 1, that term, and Q for clay is 1, so that term becomes 0, plus half B gamma and gamma is also 0, so these terms become 0 and 0, so it is only 5.7 C. So there is no effect of water table in this first term. So Q and U is 5.7 C. There is no effect of water table here. So it will be unchanged, remains the same. In clay case, guys, even you take the monsoon season or dry season, that will not be going to change. It will be same. That is C option. Now let us go to question number 22. This question is from estimate, guys, per CPM estimate database question, not much concept here, guys. What this question is saying, that client preliminary estimate is, जो preliminary estimation होता है, that is used for the cost towards the end planning and design phase. Preliminary is for the design phase and the total cost. Yes, correct. And जो detail estimate होता है, that is for during the execution of the project. The preliminary is done for the complete project. Okay, and the detail is for the execution of the project. So both the statements are true. Okay, both P and Q are true, guys. Okay, now moving to next question, geotechnical. Again an NAT question of 1 mark. Let me again remind you, there is no negative marking for NAT question and MSQ question. An embankment is constructed with the soil by maintaining the degree of saturation is 75%. So S value is 0.75 during compaction. The specific gravity is 2.68. Specific gravity of the soil is 2.68 and the moisture content is 17%, that is 0.17. Okay, consider unit weight of water. Guys, unless mentioned, we always have to take the unit weight of water in any subject, whether it is fluid mechanics, hydrology or soil mechanics. We have to take 9.81, but it is given here 10, we will be taking 10. What is gamma D? So gamma D value is G gamma W upon 1 plus E. Now G is known, gamma W is known, E we have to find out. From these three terms, guys, we know SE is equal to WG. Okay, so S is known, G is known, W is 0.17. Find E from here. And once you find E from here, put E here. So you will be getting the value of gamma D. That gamma D value is coming to be around 16 point something. Okay, and the range is given here. As per the IIT, the range is given 16.6 to 16.8. Okay, from here, guys, we will be getting the value around 16 point in that range only. Okay, round off to 2 decimal places. Okay, so you can say 16.60 to 16.80 is given. Any 2 decimal place you have given in between, okay, that will be treated as correct. 16.63, 16.65, any value will be taken as correct. Now again a question MCQ of 2 marks. A vertical smooth rigid retaining wall is supporting horizontal ground with friction angle 30. So phi value is equal to 30 degree. The inclination of failure plane with the major plane for active and passive case. Guys, it is whether it is active case or whether it is passive case. From major plane the angle is 45 plus 5 by 2. I have derived this also many times. And the minor plane it is 45 minus 5 by 2. In active also and passive also. Minor is 45 minus 5 by 2 and major is 45 plus 5 by 2. So for both the planes it is 45 plus 30 by 2. So 30 by 2 is 15. So it is 60 degree for both the cases. For both the cases it will be 60 degree. Okay. Now again a database question, guys, not much concept. Which of the following statements are correct? That is a MSQ, guys, of 2 marks. Okay, that is a MSQ of 2 marks. Soil potential of soil decreases with increase in shrinkage limit. If you compare 2 soils, guys, the soil which is having a higher shrinkage limit will be having a less potential, and both loose and dense soil with different initial void ratio attain a similar void ratio at large strain. That is called critical void ratio. I hope you have seen this. E. Okay, this is loose sand. Here dense sand. Loose will be having higher E. As we are shearing, it is going here. Dense will be having lesser void ratio. Shearing, it will be going here, and that is critical void ratio. Okay, so that is D. A and D are correct. MSQ, again, there is no negative marking. Now, guys, the total primary consolidation settlement of a building, 10 meter thick building, is 50 mm. Total is 50 mm for a 10 meter thick clay. After 300 days of the construction of the building, primary consolidation was 10 mm. So what was the degree percentage U? Percentage U, how much is settled upon the total settlement into 100? So that value is how much? Percentage U is equal to 20%. So for 20%, how much time it is taking? 300 days. 300. And what settle the additional time after this time, after 300 days, to achieve 50% consolidation? Percentage U of 50. Okay, so how much is required? Additional time is required. Now, guys, TV is equal to CV into T by D square. Now for same soil, guys, CV and D will be same. CV and D will be same. So TV is directly proportional to T. So from here, guys, what we can say, that TV is directly proportional to T, and TV is pi by 4 U square. This is less than 60%, that is also less than 60%. So pi by 4 U square. Okay. So guys, from here, U1 square by is directly proportional to T. So U2 square is equal to T1 by T2, correct? Okay, because you can say here U square is proportional to T. So U by T is constant. U square by T is constant. Okay, so U1 square by U2 square is equal to T1 by T2, correct? So from here U1 is 20 square, this is 50 square. For 20% consolidation 300 days is asking, and here 32. So T2 from here you will be getting as 1875 days. Okay, but if you put 1875, the answer will be wrong. No negative marking, so you will be getting 0. Because they have asked the additional time. The additional time. So 1875 minus 300. Because 300 days for 20%. We want extra from 20% to 50%. Total 20% consolidation, it takes 300 days. Total 50% consolidation, it takes this much days. From 20% to 15% minus this. So this will be 1575 days. Okay. Now, again, NAT question of 2 marks. An infinite slope is made up of cohesionless soil, no cohesion, with seepage parallel to the sloping surface. The angle of slope is 30 degree. With respect to horizontal, unit weight of saturated is given 20, and gamma submerged will be gamma sat is equal to 20. Gamma submerged will be gamma sat minus gamma w. 20 minus 10 will be equal to 10. The minimum angle of shearing resistance of soil for the critical stable condition of slope is. So critical condition means factor of safety is equal to 1. So factor of safety is equal to gamma submerged upon gamma sat into tan phi upon tan beta. And for critical condition, what is the value of factor of safety? 1. For critical condition, the factor of safety will be equal to 1. So gamma submerged is equal to 10, gamma saturated is equal to 20, tan phi, and slope is 30 degree. So from here guys, one equation, one unknown, you can find out the value of phi. Phi value is 49.1. Okay, round out to the nearest integer, so you can write 49 degree. Answer is equal to 49 degree. Okay, and range given by IIT, anything 48 to 50 is acceptable. If you write 48, 49, 50, all have given the plus 2 marks for this question. Okay, now guys, everything that given, and they are asking the Skempton pore water pressure B. So what is B? B is change in pore water pressure with change in cell pressure. Change in pore water pressure with change in cell pressure. So what is change in pore water pressure? The pore water pressure is 1 kilopascal. Earlier it was 0. So 1 minus 0 will be 1. Delta sigma 3. Earlier the cell pressure was 20 and now the pressure is 30. Now the cell pressure is 30 and 20. So 30 minus change 0.1 is equal to answer. Okay. So answer is equal to 1, and they have given the range 0.09 to 0.11. Now, so arguable question guys here, because from the mechanical weathering, that is physical weathering, from where we go get coarse grain soil, different shapes we get, different shapes. So not exactly ideal question by IIT, because so many challenges with here. Although IIT has not accepted the challenges, because we cannot say it's generally surrounded, but there are also other shapes are also there in physical weathering. Okay, so it is treated as incorrect. But yes, activity of clay, the fine grain soil are more, the coarse grain soil is, coarse grain soil can be classified by gradation, well, poor or so, but fine grain soil are classified on the water content. Okay, so activity of clay particles signifies the well soil potential. It is related to water content. So guys, P is false and Q is true. P is false, Q is true. Now guys, number of freedoms of a natural open channel. Guys, width may change. Of Ganga river width, somewhere in Patna the Ganga width is 20 kilometers around, but in my hometown in Uttarakhand it is very near, 10 meter 20 meter width will be there. Layout will be changing guys. Somewhere it is trapezium of this, somewhere it is trapezium of this slides also. slope will be changed, guys. In my village is Uttarakhand, going like this, but in Allahabad slope is almost 0 degree. In mountain slope is more, so width may change, layout, slope, and fourth is depth. Depth of water may be changing due to various fluctuations such as the cross section and also the rain and monsoon season. So 4 degree of freedom is there. 4 degree of freedom means how many things can be changed. Now guys, a spillway, this is a spillway. Now in this spillway water is coming. Okay, in this spillway the water is coming. They have given from here hydraulic jump is there and like this. So what is y1? Y1 is equal to, the flow depth at the downstream is 0.5 meter. So here will be y2. Okay, now the tailwater depth is asked. So from y1, guys, can you find the velocity at 1? Velocity 1 is discharge by area. So q by b is small q into y. So that is q, unit meter cube per second per meter. Meter cube per second per meter. So v is 7.5 by 0.5. So v1 is equal to 15 meter per second. Okay, once you find out the value of v1, guys, from here you can find the Froude number. What is Froude number at this section 1, section 2? So Froude number is v by root g y1. Nothing is given, we are considering it rectangular. So Froude number 1, 15, 9.81 into 0.5. So this Froude number is coming to be 6.7, which is greater than 1. So yes, it is supercritical. At the pre-jump depth, it is supercritical. Now apply the Gillender's momentum equation. Apply the Gillender's momentum equation. y2 by y1 is equal to 1 by 2, 1 plus 8f1 square minus 1. f1 is known, y1 is known. You can find out the value of y2, that is 4.54 meter. y2 is equal to 4.54 meter, that is answer. And as per IIC Bangalore, they have given the range from 4.4 to 4.7. Okay, so any value from 4.40 to 4.70 will be treated as correct. Okay, again a database question, guys. So here it is 7% and 300, purely database question. Now guys, what they are asking, the trains are given at what are the number of trains at different speed. Radius of that section is 437 meter and the gauge center to center distance is 1750 mm. Time equilibrium cant is asked. First of all, guys, let me find out the V mean. It is 20 trains of 40 speed plus 15 trains of 50 speed plus so on 3 trains of 80 speed divided by total number of trains 20 plus 15 plus 3. So guys, from here the V mean value you will be getting from here, guys, is 52.93 km per hour. 52.93 km per hour is the V equilibrium. Okay, now the equilibrium cant is asked. Equilibrium cant formula is G into V equivalent square. This formula is for kilometer per hour into 127 hour. What is G? What is the distance? 1750 mm. Okay, so in meters it is 1.75 into 52.93 square, 127 into R is 437. So what value you are getting from here? 88.3. Okay, nearest integer they are asking. Nearest integer is asking, so you can write 88. Okay, now 3 to 4. Guys, in 3 sides, what is the sum? Interior 180. In 4, what is the sum? 360. So what is the increase? The increase is by 180. Increase is by 180 degree. 93 degree, guys, corresponding vertical angle they are asking. This is the horizontal plane, this is the vertical, and line of sight is at 93. Line of sight is from here, it is 93. So if it is below this now, then it is treated as negative, and the answer will be 90 minus 93, that is minus 3 degree. Okay, for below, if this is below horizontal, it is taken as minus. Now, among the following statements related to the transit theodolite, which of the following statements are correct? We have to put the correct statement. Okay, which of the following statement is correct? It's MCQ. So guys, the line of collimation must be perpendicular to the horizontal axis. This is the correct statement. Okay. Okay, you can see my theodolite class. Okay, you will be getting a better idea of theodolite and about the adjustment, about the temperature setting and all. Now guys, a map is prepared with a scale of 1/1000. Suppose this is a map. In this map is prepared by a scale of 1 in 1000. Contour intervals are at 1 meter interval. These contours are having a 1 meter interval. Height difference is 1 meter. Now distance between in map is, distance between the map is, the distance of them between the map is 10 mm. So what is the ground distance? 10 into scale, this much mm, so 10,000 mm. So 10,000 mm means 1000 centimeter ground distance between these two. 1000 centimeter means 10 meter. So in 10 meter horizontal, what is the difference coming? Contour interval is 1 meter. The height difference is 1 meter. In 10 meter, 10 mm is equivalent to 10 meter in ground from scale. In 10 meter we are going 1 meter. So in 100 meter if you go, how much above we go? 10. For 10 meter it is 1 meter. So for 100 meter it is 10. So 10%. For 100 horizontal distance we will be going 10 vertical. Okay. Now 38th question guys of surveying, 2 mark NAT question, and the range given by IIT is nothing, 10 to 10. Anything other than 10 it will be treated as wrong answer. A bird is resting on point P. Suppose let me make a datum. Point P is at a height of 8 meter above the mean sea level. Point P is at 8 meter above the mean sea level. Then on a loud noise somebody hit a bullet. Okay, reaches a point Q which is at 3 meter height. Reaches a point Q which is at 3 meter height. Now the surface is following a gradient of 1 in 2. Okay, the surface is falling with a gradient 1 in 2. Ignoring the effects of curvature and all, what is the horizontal distance between P and Q? What is the horizontal distance? One guys, when nothing is mentioned now, which is vertical and horizontal, the first is vertical and second is horizontal. So one vertical with 2 horizontal. So how much it has gone? They want this distance x. So for one vertical we are going 2 horizontal. So for 8 and 3, what is the difference? 5 na? So for 5 vertical, 8 and 3, for 5 vertical difference, how much it has to go? 10. How much it has to go? 10. So guys, these were my subjects: surveying, geotech, SOM, transportation. Now guys, from question number 39, Chandra sir will be taking fluid mechanics, and thereafter Richa ma'am will be taking for the other questions. Okay. Acha, one more thing guys, I guess in my previous, if you go 10 to 15 minutes behind, SSD formula, please check it whether I have put it correct or not. Okay, braking efficiency I put at the right place or not. Okay, you can check that. And now guys, Chandra sir will be coming for question number 39. Okay, thank you guys, take care. And now I welcome Chandra sir, Chandrasekhar sir, the ex-IAS officer, for the fluid mechanics part. Thank you.
Which had been asked in GATE 2024 Civil Engineering paper, Shift 1, that is forenoon session. Only 2 questions were asked, each for 2 marks. One was MCQ and the another question was NAT. So let us start discussing the first question. The question was, a flow velocity field for a fluid is represented by this expression. V is equal to 3I cap plus 5x j cap. In the context of the fluid and the flow, which one of the following statements is correct? There are multiple options. Fluid is incompressible and the flow is rotational or irrotational. So whether the fluid is incompressible or compressible, or the fluid is rotational or irrotational, need to be checked from the given velocity profile. So what we can do, the first step is to compare this given velocity profile with the general velocity profile for 2D flow, that is ui cap plus vj cap. So if we compare, the velocity component in x direction will be 3 and the velocity component in y direction will be given by 5x. So if we apply continuity equation to check whether the flow is compressible or incompressible, we need to check whether the continuity equation for two-dimensional incompressible flow is applicable or not. Incompressible flow. For two-dimensional incompressible flow, continuity equation is given by del u by del x plus del v by del y must be equal to 0, right? So if we see the LHS, let us start solving the LHS and let us see if it is matching with the RHS or not. So del by del x u is 3 plus del by del y v is equal to 5x. So the differentiation of a constant value is equal to 0. Differentiation of 3 will be 0, and because 5x is not a function of y, so the differentiation of 5x with respect to y is also 0. So that will be equal to 0, which is RHS. Because LHS is equal to RHS, then the flow is incompressible. LHS is equal to RHS. This is LHS, left hand side. This is RHS. And because LHS and RHS are equal, then the flow is incompressible. Right? So if you see, compressible, B option is incorrect, D option is also incorrect. Out of A and C, now we need to check whether the flow is rotational or irrotational. For irrotational flow, or for rotational or irrotational flow, we need to check the angular velocity. What is angular velocity about z axis? That is given by half of del v by del x plus del u by del y. If the angular velocity is 0, then the flow is irrotational. If the angular velocity is non-zero, then the flow will be rotational. So half of del by del x, what is v? That was 5x plus del by del y, what is u? U is equal to 3. So if you do the differentiation of 5x with respect to x is 5 plus differentiation of 3 is equal to 0. So it is 5 by 2 or 2.5. Because it is non-zero, that means the flow is rotational. Because the angular velocity is not 0, that is the reason the flow is rotational. The correct answer is flow is incompressible but rotational. Option C is the correct answer for question number 39, MCQ for 2 marks. Let us move to the next one. I hope this is clear. The next question was very beautiful. NAT for 2 marks. A 5 meter by 5 meter closed tank of 10 meter. This is the tank. There is a closed tank of 10 meter height. Total height is 10 meter, 4 plus 4 plus 2. All right. Contains water and oil. The bottom fluid is water and the upper fluid is oil. Is connected to an overhead water reservoir. This is the water reservoir as shown in the figure. This is the same level as the interface. Use specific weight of water as 10 kilonewton per meter cube. So we can say the density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube and acceleration due to gravity should be taken as 10 10 kg, sorry, 10 meter per second square. 10 meter per second square. Specific gravity of oil is 0.8. The total force in kilonewton due to the pressure on the side PQR of the tank is, PQR is side like this. This is PQR. This is 5 meter. This is also 5 meter. The tank is something like this. So what will be the force which is exerted on this surface PQR? That need to be calculated. So how to start? Can we find out the pressure at point Q? Pressure at Q, that is same as the pressure at this location, because according to Pascal law, both the points are lying in the same horizontal plane and joined by the continuous mass of same static fluid. These 2 points will have same pressure, and the pressure here will be, this is the pressure at Q. So first of all, find out the pressure at Q. Pressure at Q will be equal to, here the pressure is equal to 0 at the free surface. So because we are traveling in water, so density of water into G into the depth at this location will be 10 meter. So density of water is 1000, G is 10, and this total can be taken as gamma for water into 10, and that will be, gamma for water is 10. So 100 kilonewton per meter square or kilopascal will be the pressure at point Q. That is the pressure at point Q. Pressure at point Q is 100 kilopascal, kilonewton per meter square or kilopascal. That is very simple by using the Pascal's law. Now, because we need to calculate the total force on the surface PQR, because we are supposed to calculate the total force exerted on the surface PQR, so if we call this to be G1, average pressure, the centroid of QR surface will be G2. So our objective is to find out the pressure at G1. So how to calculate F? F is equal to Pg1 into A1 plus average pressure into area of the surface. Average pressure into area, because why average pressure? Because the pressure linearly increases with depth, and the pressure, average pressure is the pressure which is developed at the centroid of the plane surface. So if we want to find out Pg1, listen, the pressure at Q had already been calculated. Pressure at Q minus, we are traveling in upward direction, rho of oil into G into, because the height is 4 meter, so into 2 meter, that is Pg1. That is equal to, it is 100 kilonewton per meter square minus rho of oil is 800 into 10 into 2 divided by 1000. Why 1000? Because we need to calculate in kilonewton per meter square. So this will give you 100 minus, how much is that? 16. That is equal to 84 kilonewton per meter square is pressure at G1. That is the average pressure for the surface QR. Similarly, can we find out the pressure at G2? Pressure at G2? Yes. So pressure at G2, that is the simplest way to calculate the force for the multiple fluids. Pressure at G2 is equal to PQ, because we are traveling in downward direction, plus now we are traveling in water, into G into total depth is, the total distance between PQ is 6 meters. So it will be 3. So it is 100 plus this is 10 into 3. Rho of water into G is 10 kilonewton per meter square. So it will be 130. Pressure at G2 is equal to 130 kilonewton per meter square. If you are able to calculate Pg1 and Pg2, pressure at G1 and pressure at G2, then we can easily find out the force. The force will be pressure into area. So the force will be equal to Pg1 into, what is area A1? This is 5 meter, this is 4 meter. So area A1 will be 4 into 5 plus pressure at G2 into this area. What is the area? That is equal to height is 6 into 5. So Pg1 was 84 into 20 kilonewton plus Pg2 was 130 into 30 kilonewton, or 1680 plus 3900 kilonewton will be the answer. So if you simplify this, then it will be 0855 kilonewton will be the force. 5580 kilonewton will be the force exerted on the surface PQR by the pressure of the oil and water. I hope this is clear. So 5580 will be the final answer for this. So these were the two questions asked in forenoon session. That is all from my side for the fluid mechanics. Now I would like to invite Richa ma'am for discussing the solution to her subjects. All right.
Hello my dear students, welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Hope you guys are fine. So guys, I'll be doing the analysis for civil engineering paper forenoon shift, and I'll be dealing with environment, hydrology, irrigation. Then I'll be talking about RCC, structure analysis and CPM input. So why to wait? Let's start the session without any delay. First of all, I just quickly tell you that the difficulty level was easy to moderate. MSQ, NAT and MCQ weightage is being given to you. Apart from that, if you guys want to check out the subject wise distribution, you guys can check it out from here. And then we have subject wise marks distribution in terms of chart, which you can check it out. And if you want to compare with the last 3 years data, you guys can see that also. Okay, now apart from that, let's talk about further. So let's start with the questions without any delay. Let's be quick. So now I'll be continuing from the 41st question, that is engineering hydrology. A 30 centimeter diameter well fully penetrates in an unconfined aquifer of saturated thickness 20 meters. So the diameter of the well is given to you as 30 centimeter. Thickness is given to you as 20 meters. Conductivity means they are talking about coefficient of permeability. So that is given to you as 10 meters per day. Now, under the steady pumping rate, the drawdown which is observed located at 10 meter and 100 meter. So radial distance is 10 meter and 100 meter. So corresponding to that, the drawdown is given to you as 5 meter. And here it is given to you as 1 meter. If you want, you can make out the diagram as well. This is an impermeable strata. And like here, if you have two test wells will be, or you can say observation wells will be obviously lesser dia. So if you extract water, this will be like this. Both the sides. Okay. So this will be like here R1. This will be your R2. And here you will be getting, this is the whole height, you can say H. Okay. After that, what is there? This will be your S1. This will be your S2. Drawdown. Yeah. Now, since here they are talking about, now you'll get confused whether to apply duplicates or themes. So let me tell you that here, since they are talking about two observation wells, it's by default that you will be applying themes theory. Now, what is the formula for calculating the discharge? It is given by pi k H2 square minus H1 square log, if I'm taking natural log, R2 by R1. If you take log base 10, you will just multiply 2.303. Now, pi, coefficient of permeability is 10 meter per day. Okay. And natural log, this is 100 and this is 10. Now, if you talk about H2 and H1, so H2 will be H minus S2, which you guys can check it out. If I talk about this will be H1 and if I say this is H2. So what will be H2? Total H minus S2. So this will be 20 minus 1, 19 meter. Similarly, H1 will be H minus S1. That is 20 minus 5. That is 15 meter. That's it. Simple question. Now just substitute the values. That is 19 square minus 15 square. So let's solve this. You will get the answer directly in what? You will get the answer directly in meter cube per day. Because these are also in meter square, and this is meter. So meter cube per day. Now let's solve it. Okay. Pi into 10 into 19 square minus 15 square divided by log 10. So from here you get it as 1855.55 meter cube per day. So this will be your answer. Okay. Now coming up to the next question. Okay, this question is related to your unit hydrograph. Now in the question they have given you 1 hour unit hydrograph and they are asking you to derive 3 hours unit hydrograph. So check it out. First, for knowing that you should do it by S curve or you should do it by method of superposition. The hour which it is asking is 3 hours. The hour which is given to you is 1 hour. So n is equal to 3, which is an integer. So you can apply what? You can apply method of superposition. You can apply method of superposition. Okay. Now, how we'll apply? Let's check it out. So, the data, if it is here, will it be? I guess it will difficult for me to draw the diagram. So, let's keep it side and let's draw it. Fine. This one also NAT line, otherwise. Okay. So, now let's start. To keep it realistic, I am also drawing freehand, because obviously when you will doing it, you won't be like doing it with ruler and all. Ordinates of 1 hour unit hydrograph. The gap which is given to you is 1 hour up to 11 hours. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I personally tell you to just draw lines like this, because if any value goes here and there, nobody is telling you to have a straight line, guys, but just have this, so that otherwise if any values goes here and there, then it will be a trouble. Okay, so that is the reason I tell you. Okay, fine. So the ordinates of 1 hour unit hydrograph is 0, 13, 0, 13, 50, then 80, 95, 85, 80, 95, 85, 55, 35, 35, 15, 10, 30, 10, 30. Okay. So now you first of all, instead of calculating 3 hour unit hydrograph directly, first you will calculate 3 hour direct runoff hydrograph. How? First 1 hour of unit hydrograph will end, then another 1 hour of unit hydrograph will start. Okay. So lag by 1 hour. So just 0, 13, 50. Okay, it's like this. First 1 hour will end, unit hydrograph 1 centimeter. Okay, then this will end, then another will start, which I have told you. When this 1 hour will end, then another 1 hour will start. Okay, so lag by another 1 hour. Now again copy paste the same thing. By which logic? By the logic of time invariance. Zero. Now this is first column, this is second column, this is third column. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. Okay, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. So what you will get? You will get 3 hour of direct runoff hydrograph, and since it is unit hydrograph 1, 1, 1 with n is equal to 3 centimeter. So add it 0, 13. This will become 63, and then it is 80 plus 50 plus 13. So this will be 143. Then 95 plus 80 plus 50, 225, and then 85 plus 95 plus 80, 260, 55 plus 85 plus 95, 235, then 35 plus 55 plus 85, 175, 15 plus 35 plus 55, 105, 60, then 28, 13, 3. Okay, this is 3 hours direct runoff hydrograph, but you don't need 3 hours direct runoff hydrograph. You need 3 hours unit hydrograph. So for n is equal to 3 centimeter, this much is the value. So for n is equal to 1 centimeter, what will be the value? Divided by 3. 0 by 3, 13 by 3. Obviously, you don't need to calculate, because you can see they are asking you in the question the maximum value. Peak discharge means the maximum. You can see the peak which you will get it for will be like 260 by 3. because if you will divide it, naturally you will get a more value. So 260 divided by 3, you are getting it as 86.66. If you check it out, others you will divide it, you will get a lesser value only for sure. If you want to waste your time doing it, you can do it, but that is very common sense which you can apply. Okay, 175 by 3, 105 by 3, 60 by 3, 28 by 3, 13 by 3, 2 by 3. So you will see 86.66 meter cube is the peak discharge. So now in the question it is asking you round off to the nearest integer, 66 meter cube per second. Integer rounding off will be what? 87 meter cube per second. If you write 86.66, you won't get the marks. Why? Because deliberately in the question it is telling you to round it off to the nearest integer. Why you will write it in terms of decimals? Okay. So this is the question. Now let's move towards environment. Let's move towards environment. Okay. So solving the first question of environment. Here they have asked you a table of municipal solid waste is there and separation technique is there. Now you have to do the match the following. Okay. Now ferrous material like iron and all, that is very common that you will be using magnetic separator so that whatever the ferric materials are there, they'll be separated. So it's very common that P it will be 4. So either it will be option A or it will be option D. Okay. Now check it out. Q, aluminium and copper. Generally you use eddy current separators by the help of which if aluminium and copper are present in the municipal solid waste, they can be removed. So Q is 3. It is there in both of them. Now let's talk about food waste and the cardboard. Now generally if you talk about food waste and all, food waste, what you do it, food waste generally you do is composting. You do composting for the food waste. Okay. And if cardboard is there, you can go for incineration of it. So here it will be R2 and S1. Okay. Food waste. Now you can do composting by Indore method or you can do it by Bangalore method. You can do it by any manner and you can do composting of it. So A will be the correct answer. Got it? Now, generally, if you're talking about which method of composting we do, so generally we do anaerobic method because you don't have to go to that compost every time and turn the mixture and all. But still, indoor method is also practiced. But if you ask me prominent basis, which is the one which we use it, then we go for anaerobic method, that is Bangalore method of composting. Okay. Now, 44th question, I told you na, the time from when this MSQ has been introduced in any subject, whether they ask MSQ or not, but it's definite that they'll be asking MSQ from environmental engineering. Okay. The primary air pollutants are, so the primary air pollutants are sulfur dioxide and lead. These are primary air pollutants. If sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen trioxide, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, these are what? Primary air pollutant. Oxides of sulfur, H2, basically like H2SO4 is there, or HNO3 is there, or H2CO3 is there. When two or more air pollutants combine or they combine in the presence of sunlight, you get secondary air pollutants. Ozone is a secondary air pollutant. Sulfuric acid is a secondary air pollutant. Okay. Now, moving next. Now, this is a good question. You have to think about it. For assessing the compliance with the emission standards of incineration plants, correction need to be applied. Okay, you have to apply the corrections. Emission standard based on 11% oxygen for hydrochloric acid is 50 milligram per nanometer cubic meter, and the measured concentration of HCl and oxygen is given to you. Okay, it is assuming if 21% oxygen is present in air, what is the correct statement? Now, as per CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, oxygen correction factor is given by, now, this you need to remember it. This formula you need to remember is, okay. Now, first I'll tell you what is the meaning of all those things. 21 minus OM. Now, if you talk about OS, this is the oxygen concentration, which is the standard one, which is given to you. This is the oxygen concentration in percentage, the measured one. Okay, this is the emission, which is given you measured one, and this is which you will be calculating, the emission standard, which you will be calculating. Okay, now check it out. What is given to you in the question? What is given to you in the question? The emission standard based on 11% oxygen. So the standard oxygen concentration is given to you how much? 11. Okay. Now talking about the one which is measured. Measured concentration आपको दिया गया है oxygen का 13 percentage. 13 percentage. Okay. Now talking about the emission. Emission kitna diya gaya? The measured concentration. Emission is given to you how much? Emission in the question is given to you how much? 42. Solve karo. You will get the emission HCl. 21 minus 11 into 42. 52.5%. Okay. Now, based on 11% oxygen, hydrochloric acid for the emission standard based on 11% oxygen for HCl is 50 mg per per nanometer cubic meter is given to you. Okay. And the concentration is given to you of HCl and oxygen. They have given to you the measured value. अब आपसे पूछ रहा है, they are asking you कि कोई compliance देना चाहिए, कुछ adjustments करनी चाहिए कि नहीं करनी चाहिए. So just guys check it out. कुछ नहीं करना चाहिए. Why we don't have to do anything? Because जो emission standard निकल के आया 52.5%, 52.5% the emission standard which has came is greater. जो emission standard 11% oxygen के लिए था, that was how much? 50. And corresponding to अब यहां पर अगर आप देख रहे हो कि 13% ऑक्सीजन के लिए इट इज कमिंग आउट टू बी 52.5%. तो यहां पर आपको कोई कंप्लायंस देने की जरूरत नहीं. You don't have to do any compliance because the value which is coming is more than the emission standards. Clear? That is the reason. अब यहाँ पे देखो emission standard 11% ऑक्सीजन के लिए 50. Okay. The measured concentration is 42. तो यहाँ पर आप क्या देख रहे हो कि जो HCl की emission आ रही है वो standard से ज्यादा आ रही है. जो standard value थी, standard value was how much? 50. So उससे ज्यादा निकल के आ रही है. So you don't need to apply any compliance. Okay? क्यों? क्योंकि जरूरत ही नहीं है. मेजर्ड से ज्यादा निकल के आ गई है स्टैंडर्ड. भैया इफ यू वुड हैव मेजर्ड की वैल्यू ज्यादा आती तो फिर आपको कुछ एडजस्टमेंट्स वगैरह करने पड़ते. बट यहाँ पे तो मेजर्ड जो है वो स्टैंडर्ड से कम निकल के आई है. 52.5 बार है, इससे कम निकल के आई तो हमें कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. बोलते ना अपन को प्रिकॉशंस कब लेना पड़ता है? व्हेन अपन एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स अब बोलते हो कि भाई ऑड इवन कार्स चलाना है. क्यों? बिकॉज एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स पुअर हो गई है, एक लिमिट से ज्यादा हो गई है. बट यहाँ पे अगर मैं बात करूं एमिशन स्टैंडर्ड इज लेसर. Okay, so there is no need for compliance. Now, however, you need to remember this standard measured oxygen concentration, standard oxygen concentration measured in percentage. Okay. Now, next question. A 2 meter into 2 meter tank of 3 meter height has inflow, outflow and steering mechanisms. Initially, that tank was half filled with fresh water. Okay. At T is equal to 0, an inflow of salt, a solution concentration of 5 gram per meter cube at the rate of 2 liters per second, and the outflow is 1 liters per second are initiated. They have given you this differential equation. They are asking you mass of the salt in grams in the tank at 75% of its capacity. Kitna salts present hoga? How much salt will be present when the capacity of the tank is 75%? So first let me calculate what will be the total volume of the tank. So the total volume will be 2 into 2 into 3. 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12. 12 cubic meter. Fine. Now initially the tank was half filled with water. So the volume of water corresponding to 50% of the capacity. Volume corresponding to 50% is just take 0.5 into 12. 6 cubic meter. Then it is asking you mass how much is present at 75%. So the mass present at 75%. 0.75 into 12. 9 meter cube. Okay. Now how much from 50 it is going to 75. So how much increase in volume has taken place? Delta V, that is increase in volume. 9 minus 6, 3 cubic meter. Now, you know that DS, change in storage with respect to time, is equal to inflow minus outflow. Correct? Now, how much inflow is taking place? Inflow of the salt is happening at 2 liters per second and outflow is happening at 1 liters per second. So, 2 minus 1, that is 1 liters per second. Change in storage is given to you in the question as 3 basically you have calculated, is given to you as 3 meter cube. 3 meter cube means 3000 liters, because you know 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liters, and this is 1 liter per second. So this will be your time. Time is coming to be you how much? 3000 seconds. But in this question, is it asking me time? No. But I need to delta to your right dt. This is the time we need to substitute it here. This time you have to substitute it here. Okay. यहाँ से तो हाँ मेरा तो सही है 9 आया था. Just that is I'm checking 0.75 into 12 9. Okay. So this is the time which you are getting. Okay. Now substitute this and integrate it. Just I'll add one slide so that it's easier. Okay, so now we'll take this one dm by dt plus m upon 6000 plus t is equal to 0.01. Because for solving this, you should need time. Otherwise, one equation, two variables, you won't be able to solve it. So dm by dt m 6000. How much is the time? Time is 3000 seconds. 01. dm by dt plus m upon 9000. This is equal to 0.01. Now what I can do is I'll take it as dm by dt 0.01 minus m by 9000. Then this will become dm 0.01 minus m upon 9000 is equal to dt. Now I just need to do the integration. So I'll take the next dm 0.01 minus m upon 9000 dt. Now we'll do the integration of it. Okay. Now at t is equal to 0, there was no mass, nothing was there, no salts was being present. So the salts present is 0. When the time is equal to t, that time the salts which is present is m. Now just took the integration, that's it. Now what is this? Integration of 1 upon x, dx is log x. Just doing that. And the one which you considered log divided by that is minus 1 upon 9000. Now integration of dt is t. Okay. Now tick 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 tick. Minus 1 upon 9000. Shall I take it that side? That will be better. Log 0.01 minus m 9000. This is 0 t and this will be 0 to m. And this t is, you know already, it is 3000 seconds. Minus 1 upon 9000. Now what you have to do, upper limit minus lower limit. I guess it is not striking over my head. It is. So just a minute, I'll add one more slide so that it doesn't strike to my head and it doesn't become invisible for you. Okay. So just I'll write the upper limit minus lower limit. Nothing else I'm going to do it here. Okay. So this will be log 0.01 minus m upon 9000 minus log. In place of m, if you will put 0, you will get only log 0.01. Okay. And just substitute 3000 into minus 1 upon 9000. Okay. So from here, you can solve it and you'll get the answer. As simple as that. Minus log 0.01, substitute it here. Take the anti-log, you'll get the answer. If you want, I'll do that also for you. 3000 divided by 9000 plus natural log 0.01. So this will come out to be how much? This will come out to be 0.01 minus m upon 9000. This is coming out to be minus 4.938. Now when you take the natural log, anti-log on both the sides, this will become e to the power minus 4.938. So e to the power minus 4.938. Okay. Now 0.01. 25.479 grams. This is your answer. So you can round it off as 25.48 grams. This will be your answer. So yeah, this is a good question because easily you won't be able to solve volume corresponding to 50% capacity, then 75% capacity, then how much increase is there based on that, calculating the time, substituting it here, and then integrating it, that all things are there. Okay, now see, concentration and all given just for confusing you, not required. Okay, so this was the question. Now moving to the next question. Activated carbon is used to remove a pollution from wastewater in a mixed batch reactor, which follows first order kinetics. Reaction rate is given to you as 0.38 per day, and it is asking you how much time is required to remove the pollutant by 95%. Now, when it is telling you that it follows first order reaction kinetics, you know, a first order reaction kinetics says rate of change of parameter is directly proportional to the parameter. Like if you remember, we did it for BOD also, we did it for disinfection also, Chick's law. So it's like this. Initially, let us suppose at T is equal to 0, the number of microorganisms is N naught. Then at T is equal to T, the number of microorganisms is NT. So if you remember, we did like this. Rate of change of parameter, because the parameter is number of microorganisms, is directly proportional to the microorganisms. Because first order kinetics means rate of change of parameter is directly proportional to the parameter. Now you know with time the microorganisms is decreasing. Okay, time is increasing, but the number of microorganisms right now here, the pollution, whatever the any pollutant is there, that is decreasing. Okay, so what will be there? If one is increasing, another is decreasing. So if you take increasing as positive, decreasing will be negative, or vice versa. So just substitute a negative sign here. dNt by dt. When you remove this proportionality sign, you will get this k constant nt. Now what you do it here, you can integrate it. You will integrate it. So basically at T is equal to 0, the number of microorganisms is N naught. At T is equal to T, the number of microorganisms is NT. Okay, integration, basically this will come here. Properly integrate करने के लिए you just need to substitute the values. So this is the one. Okay, यहाँ पे integration is not possible. ये dt and this is nt, it's not possible. Okay, so you will go like this. Then you will substitute T is equal to 0, number of microorganisms N naught. T is equal to T, the number of microorganisms is NT. And here a constant and K is also there. So minus KT, and here it will be log NT. So this will be upper limit minus lower limit. This derivation you don't need to know it if you are already knowing log m minus log n m by. From here nt will come out to be how much? N naught e to the power minus kt. So if you remember this equation, don't no need for doing it. If you remember first order kinetics, how it came, you will save your time here. Now, here what has happened, here reaction rate to remove 95% pollutants. If 95% pollutants is removed, initially let us suppose N naught were there, 95 is removed. So how much is remaining? Initially N naught is there, 95% is removed. So how much is there? 5%. Substitute it. So this will be 0.05 N naught e to the power. Now take log on both the sides. Log e base e will become 1. So when you solve this, this will come out to be 7.88. This will be your answer. This will be your answer. Yeah? Okay. Now moving further to the next question. This was a good question and a controversial question because here actually some people did it differently and some did it differently. So yeah, there was ambiguity in the question. A water treatment plant treats 25 mld of water and the alkalinity which is present is 4 mg per liter as calcium carbonate. Now you know that alum requires bicarbonate alkalinity. If it is not present, alum will not function. Okay. Now bicarbonate alkalinity which is present is 450 kg per day. Now it is asking you that how much quick lime is required. How much quick lime is required. So now let's check it out, because in this case it is not asking additional how much is required and all those things. So I'll tell you both the ways. I'll tell you long cut, shortcut, everything for this question. Okay. Generally if you know, You call it as alum or you can call it as filter alum. It requires bicarbonate alkalinity, otherwise it is not going to function. So from here you will get calcium sulfate, permanent hardness. You will get flock of aluminium hydroxide, carbon dioxide and 18 moles of water of crystallization. Okay. Now if we do it in different manners. First of all, if you check it out, that how much total is alkalinity present in water. So check it out. For 1 liter, 4 mg alkalinity is required. So for 25 mld, how much will be required? Mg converted into kg. So this will be okay. Now listen to me. 100 kg per day of alkalinity as calcium carbonate is required for 25 mld of water. Now, how much calcium bicarbonate is present? 450 kg per day is present. So, first I need to calculate how much alum is already present. Okay. Now, check it out. 1 mole of filter alum requires 1 mole of filter alum. I'll tell you the long cut and short cut, both the method. 3 moles of bicarbonate alkalinity. Okay, so if you talk about the weight, it is 666. And if you talk about calcium bicarbonate weight, calcium it is 40, twice of hydrogen 1, carbon 12, oxygen 16. So how much it will come? Let me check it out. 40 plus 2, 162. So 3 into 162 grams of bicarbonate alkalinity. So if I talk about 1 mg per liter, or if I let us suppose 666 grams of filter alum requires 3 into 162 grams of bicarbonate alkalinity. Reverse it. 3 into 162 grams of bicarbonate alkalinity requires 666 grams per liter of filter alum. How much is present? 450 kg per day of bicarbonate alkalinity is present. This will require how much filter alum? Kitna filter alum required hoga? Unitary method, 450 into 666 divided by 3 into 162. How much it will require? It will require 616.66 kg per day of alum. It will require this much. Now, if you go by the unitary method, now if you check it out, CO3 twice. This will come because of 3 calcium carbonate and then water. So you can check it out. 1 mole of filter alum requires 3 moles of bicarbonate alkalinity, and bicarbonate alkalinity is not present directly. You need to add calcium carbonate. So 3 moles will require 3 moles of calcium carbonate. So from here, if you equate it, I have already taught you this. I'll add the slides first of all. I've already taught you this. Basically, if you equate it by unitary method, you will get that 1 mg per liter of alkalinity. Just check it out. I'll write it here. 1 mg per liter of filter alum, or you can equate it and check it out here also, requires 0.45 mg per liter of alkalinity as calcium carbonate. So how much filter alum is there? 616.66 kg per day. 616.66 kg per day. This will require how much? So 616.66 kg per day, 0.45. That is, it will require 277.5 kg per day of alkalinity as calcium carbonate. Okay. Now here in this question, additional anything is not being told to you. Okay. Now if I'm taking this only, now I'll tell you two different approaches. Now calcium carbonate, if you want in water, this will come due to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So if you compare 100 grams will require 56 grams of calcium oxide. So 1 grams will require how much, or 1 milligram will require how much? 0.56. So now you can see 1 mg per liter of alkalinity as calcium carbonate, it requires 0.56 mg per liter of calcium oxide. So how much is given to you? 277.5 kg per day of alkalinity as calcium carbonate will require how much calcium oxide? So 0.56. So from here you get it as 155.4 kg per day of calcium oxide. This will be your answer. What I did is, right now I haven't taken additional alkalinity के लिए कितना required. I just said it for combined. But now this is a long cut method. Okay, this is one method of getting the answer. Second, what you can do is you can compare the gram equivalents. How much gram equivalents of calcium bicarbonate is required? That many gram equivalents of calcium oxide is present. By which logic? 1 gram equivalent of anything is equal to 1 gram equivalent of any other thing. Okay, so gram equivalents of calcium bicarbonate will be equal to the gram equivalents of calcium oxide. Okay, just wait. Okay, gram equivalents mean what? Given weight, weight of calcium bicarbonate, equivalent weight. Calcium oxide weight, given weight, and equivalent weight. Okay, now weight of calcium bicarbonate is given to you is 450 kg per day. Equivalent weight, if I calculate it from here, calcium, this is 40 plus 2, Trojan 1, carbon 12, oxygen 3 into 16, 48. This will come out to be 162. Okay, now how much it is given to you? 162, and the equivalent weight is molecular weight by valency. So 162 by 2 will be 81. Correct? Okay. Equivalent weight of calcium oxide. Calcium is 40, oxygen is 16, 56. 56 by 2, 28. So from here the weight of calcium oxide will come out to be how much? 450 into 28 divided by 81. This will come out to be again same, around 155.55 kg per day. Okay. Now the question is, actually, now you some people mark this as the answer, but if you check it out, 4 mg per liter of alkalinity as calcium carbonate was already present. So you don't need to add the entire calcium oxide. You will require to add calcium oxide for that amount of calcium carbonate which you require to be added. भाई हमें आपको पूरा calcium oxide की जरूरत ही नहीं है, हमें तो additional के लिए provide करना है ना. Just check it out. Already in water 100 kg per day of alkalinity as calcium carbonate is present. ठीक है, और हमें कितना चाहिए? ठीक है, 300 kg per day is already present. हमें extra निकालना है. अब कैसे निकालते हैं वो देखो. Now just check it out. If you remember, अभी मैंने बोला आपको 1 mg per liter of filter alum, यहीं पे लिखा ही हुआ है ऑलरेडी, बार बार क्या लिखना. Okay. 277.616.66 kg per day of filter alum is there. उसको 277.5 mg per liter of alkalinity चाहिए थी. आपके पास कितनी अवेलेबल है? 100. So how much is additional required? Additional alkalinity required. भाई क्योंकि जो extra required है उसी के लिए ना calcium oxide add करेंगे. So additional alkalinity required. This is 277.5 kg per day. Alkalinity as calcium carbonate. So इतने के लिए हमें calcium oxide add करने की जरूरत है. For this we need to add calcium oxide rather than for this. Okay. Now so if you know this, 1 mg per liter of alkalinity as calcium carbonate requires 0.56 mg per liter of calcium oxide. So how much is given to you? 177.5. So 177.5 kg per day will require how much? So 99.4 kg per day of calcium oxide. That's it. पूरे के लिए क्यों प्रोवाइड करे भाई? Already 100 kg per day is present, so you will do it. So this will be your answer, 99.4. Technically this should be your answer, but in this question they have to basically tell you, but it is understood also एक तरीके से कि आप cure line we will add it for the additional part only, right? So this will be your answer. Okay. So now moving to one question of irrigation. You know that same question in forenoon and afternoon session came. Only difference was here they asked about Chasey's one, and in the afternoon they have asked about Manning's one. That's it. Okay. A round bottom triangular canal section, which is shown to you in the figure, bed slope is given to you 1 in 200. Chasey's constant 150, and it is asking you the how much depth is there if the discharge is 20 meter cube per second. In the exam, I particularly don't find that you should be able for deriving it. Rather, you should be able to do it quickly. Okay. Now, if you check it out, discharge is equal to area into velocity. Since it has told you that it is Chasey's equation, C root over RS. Okay. Discharge is given to you 20. Area, you don't know. Hydraulic radius, you don't know. Slope, you know, 1 upon 200. How will you solve it? Come on, guys. How will you solve this question? Area is not given to you. Hydraulic radius is not given to you. Hydraulic radius is the ratio of wetted area to the wetted perimeter. Come on, think. By that time, I'll add the slide so that... Okay. Got it or not? Now see, side slope is given to you 1 horizontal, 1 vertical is to 1.5 horizontal. Can you calculate theta from here? Can I calculate theta? 1.5 horizontal is to 1 vertical. Side slope is given to you. Can I calculate? You know tan theta is equal to perpendicular by base. That is 1 upon 1.5. Okay. From here cot theta will be 1.5, and if I tell you to calculate theta, it will be tan inverse 1 upon 1.5. So theta will be tan inverse 1 upon 1.5. First I want it in degrees, so I'll do shift mod and I'll put it in degrees. Then tan inverse 1 upon 1.5. So this will come out to be 33.69 degrees. Now same thing if I want it in terms of radian. 0.588 radian. This was in degree, 0.588 radian. Okay, now from here, calculate the area. So there will be two triangles and one the semicircular part will be there. And similarly, you will calculate the perimeter. So area, if you remember it, it's y square theta plus cot theta. Okay, depth you need to calculate. Theta, if you talk it about, we'll substitute it in radian, 0.588, and cot theta already you know 1.5. Don't waste your time and calculate that. And 0.588 plus 1.5, that is 2.088. This is area. Similarly, we can calculate the perimeter also, 2y theta plus cot theta. Okay, theta you have to substitute it in radian. 2y theta is 0.588 and this is 1.5. So 2.0.588 plus 1.5 into 2. Now you don't need to waste your time in calculating perimeter, by the way. Reason I'll tell you. You need to calculate hydraulic radius. Hydraulic radius is wetted area by wetted perimeter. If you check it out, this is y square theta plus cot theta and this is 2y theta plus cot theta. So what will happen? Theta plus cot theta will get cancelled. Y will get cancelled. You will get hydraulic radius as y by 2. Simple. So just substitute it here. Area came out to be how much? 2.088 y square. Chasey's constant is 150. R you got it as y by 2 and S is 1 in 200. So from here 20 2 and 1 by 2, 5 by 2. Okay. So we'll solve this tick 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 square and here also 1. So 20 divided by 2.088 into 150 It comes out to be 1.1027. So it is 1.10 meter. This will be your answer. Simple. Okay, fine. Similarly, now we'll start with construction planning and management. Okay, so there was questions related to construction planning and management. So we'll do questions related to it. Okay. The initial cost of an equipment is given to you 1 lakh, and the value initial cost is given to you as 1 lakh, and the salvage value is given to you after 5 years, it is 10,000 rupees. Now you have to calculate the value by difference in depreciation by double declining balance method and straight line method, and then you have to subtract it and then tell us. First you will calculate the depreciation double declining balance method, but then by straight line method, and then you will subtract it and you'll get the answer. So guys, solve it. Double declining balance method, straight line method. Straight line method is easy ना, कुछ नहीं करना उसमें. Straight line method, what you have to do? Initial cost 1 lakh, salvage value 10,000. How much it is asking after how many years? 5 years. So 1 lakh, this will be 90,000. 10 raised to power 5 minus 10 raised to power 4 divided by 5. So this is 18,000. This is the value. Now calculating it by double decline balance method. So from here the fixed factor, first of all, it is asking depreciation in year 2. So the fixed factor FDDB which you will be getting will be 2 by n. So 2 by 5, that is 0.4. Now if you talk it about the first value which you will be getting, देखो, salvage fixed factor which you got is 0.4, and how much is the initial cost? 1 lakh. So from here the value will come out to be 40,000. तो आपकी book value कितनी हुई first year में? Book value will be how much? Initially it was 1 lakh. How much is depreciated? 40,000. So what will be the book value? 1 lakh minus 40,000. That is how much? 60,000. But this is for the first year. Now if you talk it about the second year, so second year it will be again 40% of it. Tick, 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 tick. That is 24,000. Now here again if you talk it about, यहाँ पे difference in depreciation will be how much? 24,000 minus 18,000. Straight line method, initial value minus salvage value divided by the number of years. Here you have to calculate the fixed factor. Then 1 lakh का कितना depreciation? 0.4%. तो book value कितनी बची? 60,000. Next year 60,000 into 0.4, that is 24,000. So if you talk about the differentiation, difference of it, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 6,000 rupees. Clear? Okay. Now let's move towards structure analysis. So now let's do this question of structure analysis. Okay. What is given to you? The plane frame shown in the figure has fixed support at joint A, hinge support at joint F, and roller support at joint I. And A to I, they have told that it indicates joint of the frame. Now if you are neglecting the axial deformations, then you have to determine the degree of kinematic indeterminacy. Okay, now you know that hinge support, all the three forces are being, two forces and one moment is restricted, so here you will not get any degree of freedom. Here hinge, you will have one kinematic indeterminacy. Here roller, you will have one. Similarly, all these points is being told to you that they are what? They are being jointed. They are being jointed. See, indicates joints of the frame. So at every place you will have 1 degree of kinematic indeterminacy. Since this G is free, so here you will have 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the degree of kinematic indeterminacy is 9, and 9 is what? It is an integer. So it was a very simple question. This question deserves to be of 1 marks. Okay. Now, question number 52. Let's look at the question. The plane truss is shown to you in the figure. Okay, there are 13 joints and 22 members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, 13 joints is there. The truss is made of a homogeneous, prismatic, linear elastic material. Okay, all members have identical axial rigidity. A to M, they have told you, it indicates the joints of the truss. Okay, The truss has pin joints at support A and L and a roller at K. Correct. The truss is subjected to a 10 kilonewton load vertically at joint, if I know it will be at joint H. Okay, at joint H. Okay. And a 10 kilonewton horizontal force in the rightward direction at joint B. Okay. Now it is asking you how much magnitude of the reaction will be there at pin support, that is hinge support. This one. Okay. Now the basic thing which you know, that summation of all the vertical forces is equal to 0. So from here it will be summation of Fy is equal to 0. So can I say if I am taking this direction as positive, the other direction will be negative. So VA plus VL, and this is in downward, minus 10 is equal to 0. So VA plus VL is equal to 10. Okay. Now, in this, neither I know VA, neither I know VL, two unknowns in a single equation, I won't be able to solve it. So what I'll do is, I have to use other ways how to calculate VA. Plus, there will be a horizontal reaction at support A. There will be a horizontal reaction at support A. So now if I take two sections, like if I take this is section 1, section 2. Okay. Now if I talk about near to section 1, if I take the moment, okay, so what can I say, that VA into 2 is equal to HA into 2, 1 plus 1, this whole distance, force into perpendicular distance, HA into 2 minus HA into 2. If I am taking clockwise as positive, anti-clockwise will become negative. So from here, VA is equal to HA. First thing. But again, I don't know vertical reaction at A. Cool. Now, one more thing. How can I calculate the vertical reaction at A? How can I calculate? If I take the moment about J as 0, then also how can I calculate? Can I say if I take moment about J as 0, I have space here or what? No, it will be stuck in it. Just a minute. Okay. Now if I take it about here moment as 0, so what I'll get, VA into perpendicular distance 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So VA into 6. Okay. After that HA into distance will be how much? 1 plus 1, 2. Minus HA into 2. Apart from that, what I can take? What else moment I can take? Oh, this 10 kilonewton is also acting. Minus 10 into 1. This is equal to 0. Now, how will I solve it? 6VA minus 2HA is equal to 10. And just you knew that VA is equal to HA. So what can I do is, now you can ask me one thing, that ma'am, HL will also be there now, because right now I haven't taken horizontal reaction at L, but that can be also there. So if you take a moment, HL into 2, if you take a moment about J and just check it out, HL into 2 is equal to 0. So the horizontal reaction at L is 0. So that's why I'm not considering here. It was understood by visualization also, but okay, then also I've done it and show it to you. Now, VA and HA are same, just calculated it. So from here, can I write it as 6VA minus 2VA is equal to 10? So from here 4VA is equal to 10. So from here VA will become how much? 10 by 4. 10 by 4, that is 5 by 2. 5 by 2, that is 2.5 kilonewton. That's it. Now your question is solved. The moment you know VA, you can calculate VL. 10 minus 2.5, that means 10 minus 2.5, that is 7.5, right? So 7.5 kilonewton. So this will be your answer. Okay, so 3 times you have to apply. First, summation of vertical forces 1, and you have to apply the moments about J and calculate it, but you have done it. Clear? Simple question. Now, last we'll move towards the RCC, design of concrete structure. First question, concrete of characteristic strength 30 MPa is required. 40 specimens of concrete cubes you have tested. The minimum number of specimens having at least 30 MPa strength. आपने 40 specimens concrete cubes के बनाए and you tested it और आपसे पूछा कितने cubes minimum, means if it is more than that it's okay, but minimum how many cubes are there which should at least have 30 MPa strength. What do you mean by it? You know, 95% of specimens should have strength more than the characteristic strength. 95% of specimens should have strength. That is minimum. If it is more than that, it's good. But minimum 95% of the specimens should have strength more than the characteristic strength. So from here 95%, that is 0.95. And how many specimens are there? 40 specimens are there. So if I do it 0.95 into 40, this will come out to be minimum. How many specimens should have at least 30 MPa of strength? 38 MPa, 38 samples minimum. If samples more than that are there, that is also okay. But minimum 38 samples should have strength more than 30 MPa. Okay, fine. Okay, this question. The following figure shows the arrangement of formwork for casting a cantilever RC beam. So they have installed these props S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, and they are asking you, since you were constructing a cantilever RC beam, तो आपने यहाँ पे formworks लगाए. Now, what should be the order in which you will be removing it? Will you be starting from S1, or will you start from intermediate position, or will you start from S5? So guys, when you are removing the formwork, this you might have practically seen it also in the fields, basically in the sites. So when you are removing the formwork, the main focus is that the structure should remain cantilever, shouldn't get distorted. So we will start from the other end, that is from the free end. Like first we remove S5, then S4, then S3, then S2, and then S1. So S5, then S4, then S3, then S2, then S1. Correct. So B is the correct one. Okay. Now, moving to the next question. Okay. Consider a balanced doubly reinforced concrete section. If the material and other sectional properties you are not changing it, then what is the case when the section will become under reinforced? So if you calculate the depth, if you calculate the depth, or you can say the neutral axis when you're talking about, because firstly it is telling you it is a balanced doubly reinforced concrete section. So how can I calculate it? 0.36 FCKB. See, in the singly one you do 0.36 FCKB XU is equal to 0.87 FY AST. But here 0.87 FY AST will be there. But one more thing will be there. What is that? FSC minus 0.45 FCK. And area of steel and compression. Yes. Okay. Now, it is asking you now if you want to make the section under reinforced. Okay. So, under reinforced section is what? Here what will be happening? What under reinforced section? Steel will fail first. Okay. So, now, here what can you do to make the section under reinforced? What can you do? If you want to make the section under reinforced, generally over reinforced is when the value of XU is more than XU limiting, then you go for doubly reinforced sections and all. Okay, or if the width and the depth is restricted, then you go. So if you want vice versa to happen, opposite, if you want the XU to become less, XU will become less how? How will XU become less? How can XU become less? Kaise? The answer is there in front of you. If I increase the area of compression reinforcement, because it is there in minus now, so overall this value will increase. And if I decrease the area of tension reinforcement, I'm decreasing this value and I'm increasing this value, so that overall XU value will decrease. So what I can do is I can increase the area of compression reinforcement and I can decrease the area of tension reinforcement, because this is an MSQ question, so more than one answer will be correct for this. Okay, so in both the manners I'll do. So I'll make this section as an under reinforced section. Simple. Okay. Now, next question. An inverted T-shaped concrete beam is given to you. Okay. And a centroidal axis XX is given to you, and it is subjected to a pre-stressing force is 1000 kilonewton, and it is acting at a bottom turn point. Fine. Also considered an identical concrete beam B2. अच्छा, B1 लिया, एक B2 लिया. Okay, fine. With the same grade of concrete but without any pre-stressing force. Now it is asking you how much is the additional cracking moment that can be carried by B1 in comparison to beam B2. How will you do this question? Kern point दे दिया है, cracking moment additional, how much will it carry? How much will it carry the additional cracking moment? Go on guys. Simple question है, मतलब 2 marks definitely deserves. Kindly try to solve it. I'll add one slide to it. Okay, fine. If you talk about the stresses which is acting at the bottom, this will be how much? P by A. Then you will have PEYB by I minus I. Okay. Now, if you talk it about at Kern point, uh, stresses are there acting at the bottom also, but they are acting at the top also. So it is acting at Kern point. So क्या हो जाएगा? There you will have only P by A plus A minus. Because at the top I am talking about na YT by I is equal to 0. Here you won't have any moment in the top. From here, if I say P by A is equal to PEYT by I, correct? PP will get cancelled out. From here, if I want to say I by A, it is equal to EYT, correct? ठीक. Now, if I solve this equation, this one, P by A plus PEYB by I, and I'll take this on the other side, MYB by I. Now, if I want to remove this YB by I, what can I do is, I'll divide it by this. So, what I'll get it here? I want to remove this YB by I. Yeah, moments I want to remove it. So, what can I do it? If I'm removing it, what can I do it? यहाँ से तो गया PE. From here, how it will go? From here, how it will go? I have to remove this YB by I. How can I remove YB by I? That's simple, I am asking you. How can I remove? Multiply कर दो ना I by YB on both the sides. So this will become I YB. So when you multiply by I by YB on both the sides, what will happen? This will get cancelled out. Okay, I by YB. So numerator, denominator, this will get cancelled out. Similarly here. But here you will get PI upon AYB. You will get this. Okay. Ma'am, you are doing this, but how I'll get the cracking moment? Pre-stressing force you know. Eccentricity you know. How will I get it? Come on guys. How will I get it? Not check it out. P. Instead of P by YB, I by A plus PE is equal to M. I by A already I calculated it. It is E into YT. M. Now just substitute the value guys. That's it. Nothing is there in this question. Just substitute the values. Pre-stressing force 1000 kilonewton. YB they have told you is H by 3 and eccentricities they have given to you as 100 mm and YT is 2H by 3. M. Okay, so now let's solve it. Or one more thing you can do it instead of wasting time twice. What can you do it is that just a minute. P and E take it like this only, huh? And this will be y top is 2h by 3, correct? And bottom is yb is h by 3 and this is pe is equal to m, correct? Now h will get cancelled, this will get cancelled, 3 will get cancelled, 2 pe plus pe is equal to m, 3 pe is equal to m. That's it. Now question has become more simpler for you guys. Now come on, 3000 kilonewton and E is 100. So you can take it as 0.1 meter also. Okay, this is equal to M. So from here you will get how much? 300 kilonewton meter. This is the moment. So instead of doing it twice again and again, you can skip this step and rather than do it like this, it will become easy. Okay, you'll get 300 kilonewton meter. Okay, I don't need to calculate. Alright, we have been so much addicted to calculators, like even doing 1 point decimals also you have that fear. But yeah, so here the answer will be 300 kilonewton. Okay, now the last question of concrete structure. A slab panel with an effective depth of 250 mm is reinforced with 2% of mean reinforcement. Okay. And the steel bars which you use it 8 mm. Center to center spacing if it is asking you, at which the 8 mm diameter bars are placed in the slab panel. So it is asking you center to center spacing. How will you calculate it? Come on guys. Center to center spacing. How will you calculate the center to center spacing? This was a very, I personally don't know why they asked it for 2 marks, but this was very simple question. This is your basic. AST percentage, they have given to you as how much? 0.2 percentage. This is what? AST upon BD into 100. This is the meaning of it. They have given 0.2%. Take this here, 0.2 by 100. AST upon BD. Correct. Area of steel, how can you write it? Number of bars into pi by 4 d square. Okay, b into d. Number of bars is equal to how much? The width divided by the spacing. So 0.2 by 100 and 1d will get cancelled out from here. Width, spacing. 1d I have cancelled it out from here. Okay. Now, width and width will get cancelled out. So from here what you will get? 0.5 by 100 is equal 0.2 by 100 pi by 4 into spacing, and it is given to you how much? 8 mm. Okay, simple. क्या था इस क्वेश्चन में? I can't find anything there in this question. So you guys can check it out from here. अब देखना, अब इसमें एक गलती बताती हूँ. अभी तो गलती देखना. मैम ये dd कैंसिल हो जाएगा. देखना अभी, because this is the wrong thing which you guys have done it in the examinations. Pi by 4 d square, and here also bd. Guys, this is pi. No, let me make the thing wrong. Pi by 4 phi square. This is pi by 4 phi square. And this d is the effective depth of the panel. And this phi is what? This is the one which you are using, the bars, the dia of the reinforcement. Okay, and this mistake, I don't know how come you guys have done it. There is a difference, guys. You have AST bola. So AST in that phi was the bars which you have used for the reinforcement. And D here, it is the effective depth of the slab panel. There is a difference. और ये काट कर आए हो आप लोग दोनों को कट कर लियो मैम आंसर में like, and that's why I did it right now. चलो, pi by 4. This is how much? 8 square, and width has been cancelled. Depth will be there. Depth is how much? 250. From here, let's calculate the spacing. Okay, it will come out to be pi into 8 square. Hundred point five three zero, 100.5309, that is 531. This is the one which is coming in mm. It has asked to round off to the nearest integer, so you can take it as 101. Okay, so this will be your answer. Clear? So right now I exaggerated it and told you how much this much is not required. It was basically a 1 marks portion, but fine, good for you that they asked for 2 marks. Clear? So this is a simple question which was being asked. So with this we have completed environment, hydrology, irrigation, concrete structures and structure analysis. Okay, thank you.
Hello guys, now let us see the mathematics question, the very first question in front of you. Before that, I would like to tell you total 8 questions were asked in this first shift of civil engineering paper. The very first question is, they are asking you about the smallest positive root of this equation. They have given this equation. So guys, if you see, first of all, we will go by the options, because you can see one option is between 10 to 100, other is 2 to 4, 6 to 8 and 0 to 2, because they are asking the smallest. So first of all, we will be checking the value at these. So let us find out f of 0. When you will be going for f of 0, you know, it will become 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It will be minus 45. So minus 45 is less than 0. Similarly, when you will be putting the f of 2, what you will be getting? So it is going to be 2 की power 5. 2 दूनी 4, 2 दूनी 4, 2 दूनी 8, 2 दूनी 16, 2 दूनी 32. I will it is 32 minus 5 into 2 की power 4, then minus 10 into 2 की power cube, plus 50 into 2 की power square, plus 9 into 2 minus 45. This will be coming out to be what? Let me see, I have already done it for you. So when you will be solving this, you would be getting this value to be plus 45. So if it is getting plus 45, it is more than 0. So dear, if f of 0 is less than 0 and f of 2 is more than 0, it simply means that what? Like if I take x-axis, you are saying that at f of 0, some value is negative, okay, and this is f of 0. When we are talking about at 2, it is positive. So it means obviously this curve, whatever it is, may be passing like that. So it means root would be lying between this 0 and 2. So if a root is lying between 0 and 2, it would be the shortest one. Even I can say maybe some roots are there between them also, but this root will be smallest in all. So that is why answer will be B for this. This question basically you can say is a numerical method question. Okay, moving further to the next question. This question is saying the second order differential equation in an unknown function uxy is defined as. So you can see guys, this is del square u by del x square is equals to 2. Okay, this is given. They are saying assume gx, fy, hy, the general solution of the above differential equation is. So we will be going for the integration. Integration of del square u upon del x square is equals to going to be what? It is going to be 2 integration of, as you are integrating here, it is going to be 1 dx plus some function of fy. This is the integration constant. Then guys, if you are going for integrating, this will become del u by del x. Del u by del x, this will become 2x, and this is plus fy. Now guys, one more integration, you will be going for integration. Then an integrating constant will be coming, let us say hy. Okay, this is the integration constant. So now you can say this will become u is equals to 2x ka integration will become x square by 2. Okay, 2 will get cancelled out, plus x into fy plus hy. So if you see x square plus x into fy plus hy is the integration constant. C is looking like the correct answer. X square plus x into fy plus hy is going to be the right answer. Okay, so guys, this is going to be the right answer for this. I hope everybody is getting it, because we are considering this to be the integration constant. Is it clear? Shall we move on? Yes. So this is the question from differential equation. Moving further to the next question, guys. So guys, this question is from mathematics. The probability that a student passes only in mathematics, when we are saying only in mathematics, okay, I am writing it as 1 by 3. Probability that he is passing only in English. So when I am saying only in English, it is 4 by 9. And when they are saying passing in both, so it is going to be 1 by 6. Actually, it can be better understood from the Venn diagram if we talk about this. So you know, if I say that this is the case, then if you say only in mathematics means, if this is math, only in mathematics means this. Okay, if he says only in English means this. Okay, and the intersection is giving us that both. So if you want the probability of getting at least pass in one, then you know that probability of M union E, that will be the summation of all the three areas. You would be having 1 by 3 plus 4 by 9 plus 1 by 6. You would be having 18 LCM, 3 6 ja, 9 2 ja plus 6 3 ja. So it will be 8 and 6 14 and 3 17 by 18. Answer will be A for this. So guys, A would be the right answer for this probability question. Okay. So that's why defining with this. Actually here I want to say only math, only English. Okay. Moving to the next question. Next question is this partial differential equation. For the following partial differential equation, x del square f by del x square plus y del square f by del y square, x square plus y square by 2, which one of the following options are correct? Hyperbolic for x less than 0, y more than 0. Parabolic x more than 0, y more than 0. Elliptical x 0, y more than 0. Elliptical x more than 0, y more than 0. You know that this is MSQ. So when we are talking about for elliptical, you are saying b square minus 4ac is going to be less than 0. So when we say minus 4ac is less than 0 and a is, let us say, minus 4x into y is less than 0. So it is going to be negative if x is more than 0, y is more than 0, because minus 4 is already negative. So elliptical is going to be the correct one. Okay. Then if we are talking about the hyperbolic, for hyperbolic, b square minus 4ac would be more than 0. So minus 4xy will be more than 0. So for that, x will be, if x is going to be less than 0, y should be more than 0. Okay, so answer will be A and D. This is MSQ question. So A and D are going to be the right answer for this question. Moving further to the question, guys. Next question is, guys, from numerical methods. This is the second question from numerical method. This is NAT for 1 mark. According to 1 mark, calculations were more. Consider the data I, xi, fxi are given to us. The value of f at 1.5 estimated using second order Newton's interpolation formula is. So you need to apply Newton's second order interpolation formula. You know that is y, which is equals to fx. We can write it as y1 plus y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. This is the first order interpolation formula. Okay. So like this is the first order interpolation formula. Similarly, we can go for the second order interpolation formula as well. Is it clear, guys? So let us see that when we are talking about the second order interpolation formula, y is equals to, or we can say fx is equals to, it is going to be y1 plus y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. After writing this, we would be adding one more term, that will be y3 minus y2 divided by x3 minus x2, and then we will be going for minus of y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 divided by x3 minus x1 into x minus x1 into x minus x2. This is the second order interpolation formula. Okay, and when you will be using this formula, you just need to put the values now. You already know that this is the value of x1, x2, x3. Okay, similarly y1, y2, y3, likewise, because we have started from 1. Okay, putting these values, you would be getting the function of 1.5 as equals to, I have calculated it for you, it will be coming out to be 0.1661. Is it clear, guys, for everybody? This is the Newton's interpolation formula. Moving further, guys. Next question is from the matrices. They are saying what are the eigenvalues of this matrix, and they have given the eigenvalues. We will be using the properties of eigenvalues. You already know that lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3. This is the summation of the principal diagonal element 2, 4 and 2. So we can write 2 plus 4 plus 2. So this is going to be 8. And lambda 1 into lambda 2 into lambda 3 will be determinant. What is determinant? When you will be finding out, it will be coming out to be what? 2 into 8 minus 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1 plus 1, 1 minus 4. So when you will be solving it, 6 to the 12 minus 1 minus 3. So it is coming out to be 8. Okay, so it is coming out to be 8. Is it correct? So we are getting the product as 8. And if you are going for this, what is going to be the right answer? I feel it should be 10. This is minus and this is plus minus 3. Minus 1, 2 minus 1, 1 minus 4 and 2 into 8 minus 1. 8 minus 1, it is 8 minus 1. So 7 to the 14. 14 minus 4 is 10. So guys, here you can see the sum should be 8, product should be 10. So you can see if you take this 4 3 is 7, but product is 12. Here this is going to be minus 10. Here 5 2 10 and 5 plus 2 7 plus 1 8. This is correct. Okay. So B is going to be the right answer for this. Okay guys, so B is going to be the right answer for this 1 to 5. Let me cross check as well because I have already done them for you. What is the right answer? Yes, 1, 2 and 5 is correct. Moving further guys, moving further. Next question. This is a lengthy question, slightly looking like a vector field. This is MCQ for 2 marks. A vector field P, this is given as, and R is given as. So consider the statement P and Q. Curl of the gradient of the scalar field R is a null vector. Okay. So first of all, we will go for the gradient of R. First of all, we will be going for the gradient of R. But what is P? You can see P, they are saying that it is the curl of the gradient of the scalar field R and divergence of curl of the vector field P is 0. These are the two statements they have given. So guys, when you will be solving this, how you will be solving this, you know that. First of all, we will be talking about the gradient of R, that is I cap del by del x of R plus j cap del by del y of R plus k cap del by del z of R. Okay guys, so we already have the R vector. So when you will be going for the gradient of R, gradient of R is I cap del R by del x. So you will be having this as 12x. What is other x? This is minus 9yz, minus 9yz. This is minus 2y, minus 2y. And what is other term? It is plus 3z. This you will be getting as I cap term. Okay. Then you can write plus j cap. That is going to be 8y minus 9xz minus 2x minus z. Then you can write plus k cap. Plus k cap. Plus k cap would be minus 2z. Then minus 9xy plus 3x minus y. Okay guys, this is what we have calculated as gradient of R. So when we are talking about gradient of R, they are asking something about the curl of the gradient. Curl of the gradient. So whatever I am getting as gradient, I need to take the curl of that. Okay, so let's move further guys. So when I will be moving further, I would be going for the curl. Okay. So what we have written in the previous slide, let us write, okay, once again. So this is about the gradient of R. So we are going for the curl of gradient of R. That is going to be a matrix where we will be writing here I, here J, here K. Okay. And everybody is aware we are going for here del by del x, del by del y, del by del z. And now I will be putting those values which we have just calculated. Okay, so it is 12x minus 9yz, 12x minus 9, I am writing these values only, 12x minus 9yz minus 2y, okay, minus 2y because I have done it for you, minus 2y plus 3z. Okay, then I will be putting the second term is this 8y minus 9xz, 8y minus 9xz, then minus 2x minus z, minus 2x minus z. Let me cross check 8y. Yes, it is going to be 8y plus, yes, minus this z is correct only. The last term is minus 2z minus xy. Look dear, why I am checking it? Because I am also human being, calculation mistake is a very common thing anybody can do. Okay, 9z minus 9xy. Then we have plus 3x minus y. So this is going to be the values. Now my dear, we will be solving it. It would be coming out to be I cap. You know that this will be cross multiplied. Del by del y to this you will be doing. It will be coming out to be minus of 9x. Okay, minus of 9x and minus 1. Then I will be going for minus sign. This is minus 9x minus 1. Then minus sign. This will be multiplied by this. So del by del z will give us minus 9x and this will be giving minus 1. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? So what we are going to do, you know, when I am writing I cap, I am multiplying this and then this. Similarly, I am writing the j cap. You know, for j cap, we are going to write with the minus sign as per the matrix calculations. So I would be putting a minus sign here. And then once again, what you will be doing for j cap, this will be multiplied by this del by del x. So it will be minus 9y plus 3. Minus 9y plus 3, because these are the two terms which are having x, partial derivative with respect to x. Then you will be having del by del z multiplied with this. So minus, when it will be multiplied by this, it will be coming out to be minus 9y plus 3 once again. Then I would be writing plus k cap. Plus k cap. So for plus k cap, it will be multiplied by this minus this. So del by del x, when I will be doing, it will be minus 9z and minus 2. And then minus sign, this will be multiplied here. It is going to be minus 9z minus 2. You can see all the terms are cancelling with each other. Cancelling with each other. So you are going to get this vector to be a 0. So this p vector is coming out to be 0. So you have seen curl of gradient of scalar field vector is a null vector. That is a correct statement. Divergence of curl of the vector field P, you know, now we have already calculated this to be 0 vector. So when you will be going for the divergence of this, it is also going to be 0. So P and Q, both the statements are true. Answer will be A for this. P is also true. Q is also true. Answer will be A for this. Guys, moving to the last question. This was a very lengthy calculative questions, but I have done in front of you. Last question, guys. This is once again from the probability and statistics part. So when we are talking about the probability and statistics part, what is the question they are saying? So guys, now we are moving to the last question, that is a NAT for 2 marks. It is the return period of a large earthquake for a given region is 200 years. And assuming that earthquake occurrence follows Poisson distribution, they have already said, the probability that it will be exceeded at least once in 50 years is in percentage. First of all, you know, lambda will be n into p. So when you will be finding out n into p, it is going to be 50 by 200. So once in the 200 years they are saying, and what is that? It is going to be, 50 years. So it is going to be 1 by 4. It is 0.25. So we need to find out the risk. So guys, the risk is going to be 1 minus lambda to the power r factorial e to the power minus lambda. You know, we will be putting lambda to be NP and r to be 0. You would be getting it 1 minus lambda is 0.25 to the power 0 e to the power minus 0.25 0 factorial. Answer will be coming out to be, it is coming out to be 0.2211. You can also write it as 22.11% because they are asking the answer in the percentage. So guys, these are the engineering mathematics question for the civil engineering shift 1. Hope you guys have enjoyed the session. If you find any difficulty in any of the question, you can correct us. We will be helping you in the Telegram channels and all. So you can join the Telegram channels to get the help in the solutions if you find any difficulty, that is. So goodbye for this particular session, and this is the completion of the GATE 2024 paper solution. Goodbye.